Hi, everybody. It's Ray, your favorite RN, also known as Life and Vibe. And today we have a pretty fun topic on hand. Have you ever wondered why your neighbor maybe gives you a death stare? Well, in today's video from our great friend Sarasota Tim, myself, registered nurse here, we're going to take a little bit about a look about the body mechanics that Tim is using. His comment section, of course, was wild. We also are going so that body. Maybe we could even take a look at Revzilla. I think there's a channel or something that shows. It's wild. And then on top of it, if you've ever been working a night shift, shoot, I'm a registered nurse. Drop it down in the chat if you've ever had to work a night shift in your life. Tim wakes up the neighbor pretty much to get him to help him load the bike. If you've ever been a night worker, you know how much that affects your circadian rhythm. So we're going to have fun with this today. We have actually made sure there is a poll. Make sure to like and subscribe too, just to let people know we're here. Obviously, I'm kind of earlier. I'm trying to test and find out. Oh, he lost another sub yesterday. Oh, wow. Well, we are going to get ready to do a members only. Planning on that for tomorrow. And then I'm working on a video that's going to be a bit of an expose in the community. So take legal stuff too. So just keep an eye out for all of that, guys. And like I said, just make sure to hit the likes. Trying different times. I don't know if the later time in the evening's the better time. If this time in the afternoon, most people aren't used to me going live at this time. And so we're just going to keep testing and finding out a little bit. But today's poll, if you'd like to take part and participate with that, and let me make sure that you guys are coming up here. Hi, everyone. We got Ann and DJ Shelly Show and Miss Stacy in the house. And I think I just put it as subscribers, maybe. So anybody who's subscribed 5 minutes to the channel, you can take part and participate in the chat. So everyone's starting to come on in. So it's exciting to see everybody. Hi, it's a beautiful day out here. Here we go. We've got a poll, 17 votes so far. So make sure you check that when you're coming in. What's the first thing that starts hurting after a day of loading riding? So it could just be any type of loading that you're doing. I promise you, I tweaked my back just a moment ago in my bathroom. I don't know. I just said, okay, this is the sign when you know you're hitting, your older years. I just literally turned slightly and something pulled in my back. And this is why, and I will admit, I had been working 4 days a week. And now I'm going to be 3 days a week. So you're going to see me coming out much more often, much more lives. Keep looking out for exciting content on the channel. We're going to kind of always explore something how to. And this is a little bit about how to use the proper body mechanics and how not to irritate your neighbors, especially ones who work night shift. Anyway, I was turning a little bit in the bathroom and I literally pulled something on my posterior right flank, if you want some real medical jargon there. And it hurts like the dickens. So I put on, after I took a hot shower, after that, I put on 4% lidocaine, the Tylenol. They have that precision with the little balls. And so I actually put 4% lidocaine. And then on top of it, because my body has been aching so much recently, I took Tylenol for arthritis. I'm not going to lie. Probably the years of running and the family history of arthritis probably are not helping, plus the years of pounding floors as a nurse and up and down and up and down. So I'm sure a lot of you out there have experienced that also over your working life. So yeah, I've cut back a day now, gone to 3 days a week instead of 4, because it was coming to the point where it was getting hard for me to move my body. You're giving me some love hearts. Love that in the chat. So yeah, it's been just, so I'm going to be able to come out, do some more lives, hopefully some changes that are going to be fun with the channel. Not too much. We're still going to do Tim. Don't worry. But we're going to start looking at other people being just creators who are gone wild on the platform as well. So we'll circle around, but it's always going to be something slightly educational. You're going to always hopefully feel like you learned something at the end of these lives, as well as had a really good time in the chat, because the chat, the community here is awesome. Okay, so the poll. What's the first thing that starts hurting after a day of loading riding? Okay, my sense, it's my loading is loading patients up and down. And over beds and cribs and stuff, and trying to use proper body mechanics at all time in order to do anything, but just slightly turning and you're pulling stuff. It's just too much. And so for me, and currently 84%, it's the lower back, the classic. Yes, I've been suffering the lower back all week. One of the reasons why I shifted to 3. It's just getting hard, guys. And I don't want to just live on Tylenol. I'm going to have to. So I love working, but I'm going to have to kind of look for more desky nursey jobs. That's why obviously I'm hopefully can use this day off to start, seriously looking towards my nurse educator and getting that finished and being able to do things more. Oh my God. See it hurt already there. Okay. The other one, and nobody said forearms, arm pump, whoop, 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 or knees, legs. My knees creak. I'm not going to lie. And then, you're so sweet. 15% say, I have follow RN advice. I'm fine. So I help. That's obviously your doctors or healthcare provider or whoever. Sometimes it's your nurse practitioner. So whoever you see, PAs, whoever, your ortho, your PTs, whoever's helping you with that stuff. So yeah, make sure you check out that poll. Okay. So I don't know if you guys caught this one. It's come on in. It's good to see you. Unfortunately, the aches and the pains. Oh, yeah, are part of the aging. Yes. Hopefully, we could do some things to help mitigate it. Obviously, and I don't want to get too technical because we're talking about the motorbike stuff. So we'll stick to that. But I'm sure we'll look at some of Tim's body mechanics and discuss how that could potentially cause him some aches and pains. All right, guys. Let me get me a little bit smaller. I know people are here for the reacts. You tell your friends you've been diagnosed with chronic case of OLD. Fortunately, it's not contagious. Oh, hey, Gail. Thank you so much for being a new member. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You're going to have to check out on some of our lives, members only. We get some juicy stuff going on because obviously everybody knows that I am currently in process with Tim to court. And I am going to reveal a little bit more information in the members only about what's going on. I kind of been a little bit, because I can only say but so much because obviously I am pro se representing myself and I don't want to give away all of my strategy that I am using as get myself into court. Because if any of you have been following the case, you know that Tim sent me a motion to dismiss, which was not signed, not notarized, and had an emoji on it. And that's a high level of disrespect in the Commonwealth of Virginia to a court that takes procedure and things of that nature really very sacred. Like in Virginia, the biggest thing you should do if you are managing any type of case and that motion to dismiss was not effective, is you have to follow court procedure to the letter. And if you're not, then if the other party is following court procedure to the letter, then you are very likely to have a difficult case moving ahead. But they set these ones up to be small and stuff. So yeah, check that out, Gail. Take Timmy down, Ray. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people who are trying to take me down. And that's why this new video is going to be released. But I'm going to keep that a little bit to my chest. It's a little bit of an expose. People behind the scenes know. And I've just decided that we're just going to do a good video about that. And how that's going to work, we'll find out. But it's going to be a good one, guys. And not about Tim, somebody completely different. So yeah, exciting stuff. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Okay, let's see what Tim is trying to do with killing himself over here. I say that in the nicest possible way, YouTube. Don't get me censored. So yes, I have him at 1.5, but once we reach the part where he's actually starting to load the motorcycle, the dual sport onto the front of I've never seen a contraption like this before in my life. What in the Mad Max was happening there? I have no idea. I feel like I need to find that bugle. You know, the bugle that goes out. Because Tim, that Mad Max thing is, one day we'll look and that thing will be gone. I don't understand. And maybe you guys can let me know in the chat. Why is he not just rolling it in the back of his truck? He has all of that bed space. I am so confused. And he has like a cab in the back of his truck. So he's not like he doesn't have space to carry things that he may not want to have rolling around inside the RV. But the RV also is able to carry a certain amount of stuff if you strap it down, I understand correctly, inside. So I'm just confused why he spent all this money, because they're not going to refund him. He can't just suddenly go in and refund me for that. So, I mean, I just don't get it. Tim is a disgrace to the human race. Well, this was a wild one. That was thank you, Thomas Taps. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That was like somewhere in the back of my memory somewhere. Oh, I appreciate that. You guys are so smart. Thank you. Yeah, Taps. Thank you. Douglas smart too. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? I must have did a half decent job humming it. And so there we go. I'm glad that was. Can you name that tune from my humming? He's evil in the eyes. Oh, we have a suspicion, and maybe this will be a future video, how Tim potentially lied about that church service. Like I said, there's a very smart community around here. Howdy, Grandma's Pocket. I just said that we're going to do an expose video on another creator, but I'm actually going to do that as a nicely edited video. So like true YouTube professional style. So yeah, we're going to do it proper. And that's all I'm going to say, Grandma's Pocketbook. All right. Yeah. He likes to draw. He wants to draw attention to himself. Well, I'm certainly going to draw attention to himself, but I don't know if it's the right kind. And I mean, if he's okay, we're just going to watch it. I almost feel like we should put some Keystone Cop music when he's just trying to that poor neighbor, man. I just can't believe he woke up the neighbor, the night shift neighbor. That's just oh my gosh. We'll just get to it. All right, Timmy, take it away. 1.5, guys.
300-pound Kawasaki KLX 300, 2026 model, brand new. Got about 300 miles on it. And I've got a Black Widow motorcycle carrier that weighs 100 pounds. Now, I've got a 1,000-pound downforce, 10,000-pound pull force, but unless I'm pulling something around the yard like a boat or whatever and back it in somewhere, or pulling my camper to put it in a spot, which could be handy, I'm more than able to take the weight that I have. The issue is, and it's only an issue because it's in my mind right now, I haven't really, done it yet. So let me turn the camera around, show you what I'm facing. Is it going to work? Am I going to be too afraid of this? Is it stable? Is it going to obstruct visibility? I don't know. Let me show you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go outside my beautiful Flagstaff RV. Walk over here. I've got a few things out, being prepared. This is the very beginning video.
Oh my, that is one heck of a lot of stuff. And who believes he sent this guy all this stuff to Colorado for all this money? Wasn't he supposed to send, I thought, a battery that belonged to the e-bike that he sold he left that behind, supposedly the guy who bought the e-bike, not the Goldwing, but the e-bike. Tim is trying to allude to the fact that the Goldwing guy left a box of stuff. I don't know. It just seems very odd. If he came in on a plane, why did he have a box of stuff? It's just some really strange stories, guys. I think people are starting to realize that Tim's stories are stories with a little smidge of truth in there, maybe.
Of what I'm going to attempt.
Stuff.
So I want to pull this Flagstaff camper around the USA with this truck. And that's really not a problem because I got one.
Oh gosh, we're going to have like 7,000 miles of complaining about gas prices, Buc-ee's and Love's truck stops, and absolutely nothing learned about American history or anything fascinating. Just Tim like, look at me do this here. Look at me do that here. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Gosh, narcissist playbook. His whole channel is like, his recent video, we'll take a look at his metrics. Terrible. I think YouTube has finally decided to put him in jail for all of his bad behaviors. I think 2026 is not going to be Tim's year to get to 100K. That's just my opinion. Okay. You can put your opinion in the chat too. Do you think Tim going to make it to 100K?
A truck. What do you got here? I went and put a front hitch that I've been talking about on the Flagstaff. It's beautiful. It's recessed in there. When this is off, you can't even see it. I even have a front license plate bracket.
This just seems so odd. Yes, he talked about picking up some stuff with the guy. You're right, Stacey. Gosh, there's so much to remember. That just seemed, I remember at the time, we just thought it was a very odd story. Especially if the guy supposedly had so much money. Why has he got boxes of odds and ends? Do you know what I mean? Oh, he's got the crush it. Oh, Lord. Oh, he is like Tim is 67 going on 16, literally. This is the stuff like you put on when you're young, isn't it? I don't know. I have to say, I have a license plate that's a nurse one and with a specialized tag. So I can't say I'm any different, baby.
It came with the hitch. And this just goes right in the receiver, and you do not even see, which you couldn't see it hardly anyway in that shadowed area. It goes right in the receiver there. And I ordered from the same company I got the hitch from. Instead of a regular pin that you stick in, I got a thing you screw in, and it's look. Let me show you. Let me back out for you.
God.
It's solid, no seesawing.
That looks like a way to take out your shins over here. Good Lord. I would not want that at the front of my car trying to park somewhere, man. The heck? I hope he's going to be parking far away. And it's very high. From what I could see from people who have it on the back of their trucks. I saw one. That's the only thing I could show, and I'll show it to you at some point. I found something on a Facebook page about doing this. And that ramp, from what I understand, now it's not a motorcycle, it's a dirt bike, so it's a narrower tire. But that's a very narrow ramp from what I understand. And it's quite high up. And Tim was really having to reach up his arms. And I just don't think the mechanics, the likelihood of him potentially going sideways and hitting his leg or something on those particular guards that are heading out is very high, I would think. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this looks bad. Hey, Birdie, come on in. They do the reselling with the boxes. He bought clothes again. Oh, God. Has he got a video with clothes? Oh, goodness me. He's wild. He is wild. You just got back from, you did divorce the doctor? Oh, I was just talking about how my arthritis is making me miserable feeling today. Just that I pulled something in my back. It's one of the reasons why I can't be working all the time. But obviously I work other ways. Oh, keep going.
So that's good. The other kind of contraption you can get that actually it goes on a trailer hitch to keep it from seesawing and slop. It has to fit on there with a U-bolt. But as you can see, there's no room around here. So fortunately, they make a bolt that does the same thing. And then there's a sleeve that you put over that goes in on this side, and it screws into a block that you stick in here. This is hollow on the end. And then you put this in the receiver. All right, so it's all set. It's solid as a rock. This is my ramp. I've got some skateboard tape on there. This is the subject. I'm going to have to pull it out of here in a minute. That's a 302-pound motorcycle plus some accessories on it. So maybe about 320.
He's got so much stuff. And of course, everything's on a fire sale. I wonder if he sold that gazebo yet. That's a very narrow ramp. It's kind of high up, you're going to see. He struggles. We're going to go down to normal speed so you can kind of really see the struggle happen. And I just would suggest that, I don't, like I'm saying, Tim's 68. Maybe he doesn't have the arthritic pains yet. You know, I'm already thinking I need some hot yoga or something. But Tim is, you know, I think it's going to be a struggle for him. I think this is albatross, as he starts to refer to it as at some point, is going to be gone. Just another way that Tim has just blown money on something, you know, but then he'll and all about $1 on something at the supermarket. It's wild.
25 or under. And my ramp, as you can see,
sounds out of breath.
Goes like this. And you see I've taken full advantage of the of the truck being an inch or so long.
Yes, the one picture I did see in Facebook, I'll make sure to bring it up in a moment. It was at the back and it was much lower. They say Tim chose the wrong receiver. There was one that drops probably 6 to 8 inches lower. He didn't want to cut a small hole the front spoiler to make it fit. Yeah. Or why doesn't he just bring it into that big truck bed and just strap it down? Because that's what my ex-boyfriend did with his dirt bike. Most people would just, everything I know about bringing a bike is, and it's even in the comment section for Tim's thing, it's just you get a wider ramp and you load that thing in the back of your truck. Why it's not going into his truck bed, I have no idea. It's not like he's not. What is he doing with this truck? I mean, he's not a contractor. He's so weird about having to keep stuff looking supposedly pristine. He wouldn't put the bike even in the back of that truck. It's weird. I don't understand. It's just not feasible. There'll be nothing but problems. Now the fabrication work, not cheap. Then like Z-Car said, it will wobble because this is no weebles when it will fall down. I just feel like that's a lot of stuff. From the front to the back, the bike at the front to the RV at the back. And he was like rolling out like that with a janky glaucoma eye. See, everyone seems to forget that one of his eyes is not that great on top of it. So as a registered nurse, I'm obviously thinking about this. I'm thinking Tim has one of his eyes is not very good. And he wants to drive around through all that traffic in Bradenton. Have we seen all of those traffic stops and traffic cones and all of that stuff? And he wants to be out trying to navigate all this stuff out of his park here and over to somewhere else, all around America like this. Hey, come on in, Miss Vicky. You have one functioning kidney, no to NSAIDs. Well, I'm taking acetaminophen today, DJ Shelley Show, and I agree. And I still need to be careful with that because it's not great for your liver. Because I'm on a 650, girl. I'm on like the hospital style acetaminophen, the arthritis for my fingers and my back and everything, so I can feel comfortable. So yeah, this is just looks like an axe. I just can't imagine this is gonna stay. Just seems like he just does stuff like this, man. If he did this throughout his whole adult life from like 16 up to now, no wonder he went through 3 marriages. I'm just saying, he doesn't care.
Lower than my slab here.
Hey, come on in, Catherine.
So there's my ramp. Not too bad. Might be a little rolling thing. Now, if I were to get a milk crate or a stoop,
oh my God,
such as this thing right here, let's say.
Oh, We got Johnny Vegas's golf clubs here. And when he was saying he was sending stuff to Colorado, for a moment, I was hoping he would actually be sending something to Vegas and, you know, now it's that much money to send something to Colorado. There's no hope in heck that Tim's going to send these things off to Vegas. Look at this. Where is the shed? Here we are. Look, there's the golf clubs, guys, right there. Along with a helmet for the dirt bike and some other goodness knows whatever else in here. For a minimalist, this guy collects more trinkets than I can imagine. And the golf clubs. I mean, it's just and then Tim's latest video, his positivity one with 500 views on last check, where he's trying to like CYA that he's a good Christian and literally, you know, is complaining that JJ and Z-Car are turncoats and he never should have hooked up with these people and they're the reason for all his problems. And, you know, he's just a good godly man that's getting himself dragged to court. When he gets the new warrant, it's going to be interesting. Keep going.
This thing right here, let's say. And put it alongside. Let's see. It's pretty solid. Definitely solid.
Really?
And I can walk my bike up using a clutch to make it way.
Yeah. This doesn't look safe. Look, that doesn't look safe. Look at that. Look at that. And that truck isn't even on, like, you know, it's on ground, I guess, but jeez. That looks like that is, you know, as a healthcare professional, seeing that flimsy little stool because that thing is too high for Tim because he's just not as tall as he claims to be. In fact, Tim, how tall are you? Let me see if I can find out from some professionals out here your actual height, Tim. Let me see. I know there's this. I think it's this. Hold on. There's different ones. Hold on. I got to find the right one because some are actually ones that are. Is this? Hold on. Make sure. Okay. I want to make sure it's one that's. I have different ones that are obviously with all the information, and then obviously copies with. Out all the information for YouTube purposes, even because this is not a public document. But it says here that, as we know, he's 5'8" per the process server affidavit of service. And this has, just to give everyone heads up, because I know like people like to follow the court case. When I went to the courthouse last week, I did, because I'm going to be going to the courthouse a lot. There's lots of things that I have to file and different things that happen, you know, during different things. So, and things that come along. And so I have to file certain stuff. So the copy of the original was taken by the clerk to include, to show that due diligence was taken in finding Tim's location. Are you allowed to tow that, says Lori? I have no idea what the legal things are, and I don't know if that varies state by state. Because every state has, I think, don't they have different laws for stuff? Next to truck, also, an AI asked to tell me his height, said 5'7" to 5'8". That's funny, 5'7". Well, we always said we had shoes. I don't know. That's a really good question. I wonder if anybody knows that. Drop it in the chat because Lori asked. A really good question there. You are fine to be late. We are trying out new times today. Yeah, because I have more energy at 3 than I have at 8. I'll just be honest. Hey, never seen a toe like that ever. No, I could not find another example of it, which is why it's so fascinating. I hope more people will come by and see it. Make sure to hit the likes when you come in, guys. That's going to help people, obviously, find this. And yes, this is a true copy of the original affidavit sent by the process or delivered by the process server in Virginia. As much as Tim might want to pray away this case and watch Charles Stanley and get to some Christian magical thinking about it, it's not going away. And that's not part of a legal process either. In as much as there are Southern Baptists in the Commonwealth of Virginia, Tim, that's not part of court procedures. Except when you swear on the Bible, sir. That's the only time. And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Because that's it, Tim. All right. It's always funny to see. I always love to take that. And yes, again, the poll. 57 votes. Come on, guys. We got 90 some of you that I can see watching. Let's get over to this poll. What's the first thing that starts hurting after a day of loading or riding? Loading could just be your up and down days. Okay, it could be loading the laundry. Okay, just think of it that way. We have 75% with lower back, the classic. We have in second place, I follow RN advice. I'm fine at 17%. That's very smart. Sitting at 5% is the forearms pump. And then 3% is the knee, which is interesting because everybody I always know, every one of my friends' dads are getting knee surgeries. Okay, let's get Tim back on there. I always like to remind him that he got served. Right in this parking lot that we're looking at now. So he loves that. Pop a like in the chat for that one, guys. And make sure to like and subscribe. Just because people don't know this other time. So that's why I'm asking so much today. And trying not to be annoying. Okay, let's get back to the reacts. This is terrible. This looks flimsy and scary to me. To haul that weight of a motorcycle of that thing.
Easier. I could do that, but I want to push it right now. And what happens when I push it, I get the front tire to here, and then I got to watch my legs from hitting this. So when I'm coming up, as you can see, I'm coming in, so I have to straddle around it.
Oh, wow.
And then I literally put my back leg against it and hold the bike frame. I can no longer hold the handlebars up here. It's too high.
I love the share of a statute. I'm not going to lie. Statutes are my friend at this moment in time. Douglas says, if the bike obscures the headlights, it is illegal. Florida statute 316.220. Well, we'll take a look once he gets that thing up there. If he's not following. Tim don't care. Tim parks in disabled spots.
So I have to hold one handlebar and a frame and then pull it and roll it over this, which is another stopper, into the wheel chock, and then have tie-down straps ready to go, already hooked on here, and some things on my handlebars of my bike to hold it in position until I can go around and tie the rest of it down. Now, when the bike is on there, I can see the handlebar, which is going to be over there in front of the passenger. The seat isn't going to obstruct my view at all. But let me tell you, when this thing is off, I cannot see any of this unless I put my front camera on. I do have a front camera, of which I'll be using more than ever if I ever had to park at a store or a parking spot. I will be walking a block away if I have to keep from, you can't park in a parking spot because look, if I were to come up.
If it's not free parking, Tim, you won't. Miss Vicky says in North Carolina, you can't obscure the lights either. I don't know. That looks like it's going to obscure the lights at the front. And the front headlights. Yeah, the police don't mess with that stuff. He better not be driving at night, ever. And what about the turn signals?
I'm close to a car somewhere, I would have to be so far out in the parking lot, it would be ridiculous. So that's really a con, is that's about 3 feet or more. You know, let me see. Yeah, it's about 3 feet. I can measure it actually.
Okay.
Out, and you cannot see it unless you put the front camera on. So, like even pulling it in here, you know, I was thinking,
was it a motorbike type of thing? Donna says there's an RV channel called Open Roading, and the guy on there was carrying his bike on the front of his truck, pulling a fifth wheel, but his setup did not take up that much space. I wonder if Tim saw that video, because you know he loves to get on YouTube. Are you happy to contribute to the conversation? Well, we are glad you are too. We statutes, so we don't need statutes, says Tim. No, Tim doesn't even need stinking court procedures if he's going to court. It's just all pretend in his mind. He'll go away if he thinks it hard enough.
Run into the shed, you know, and so you just really got to exercise more than enough before you pull up to anything. Coming into red lights, all of that. You got to really, that's something you have to be constantly paying attention to. I don't know about turning forwards or something. I think as long as you clear the front fenders there, you should be all right. But when we get the dirt bike out and the ramp is here, there's really nothing that makes it want to really come off. I wish there was a threaded bolt here.
Oh my God.
Underneath the whole.
Oh my God. None of this looks safe to me. I mean, I just feel like this is an accident waiting to happen. I mean, I know he gets it up. Uh-oh. Did I say that? Did I really say that like that? Oh, goodness me.
I can't even get erect.
I just dropped an entendre like that. All right. Let me not get dirty minded.
Pull this on, but it's just it's not even in there real good. I should bend that down somewhat. Wonder if I could hammer it a little bit.
That's right. Good advice,
I could maybe try to bend it. That might help some, just to give it a better fit. So let me work on it, and we'll get you some more video coming here directly. All right, next step, we got the bike out, and I've already rolled up the ramp just a few inches to kind of line me up, with the tires.
Oh my gosh. Why don't you just put it in the truck bed? I don't get the logic here. I just don't. After my ex, like I said, he was big on the sport. Like he would go off all the. It was in the back of his. He had some Toyota type truck. Pulled it up in the back of his truck. Why are you so precious about things that are supposed to get dirty? It's going to mentally burn you out, Tim.
And we got 302 pounds there. So what I'll be doing is running it up with two hands on the handlebars. And then when I get it somewhat up there, maybe I'll step on that stoop. And then I'm going to be grabbing it. I think I grab it here.
Oh, God.
Somewhere right here. And I'll have to straddle, get my leg around this real quick. And I might not even use this. Might be more in my way. But I have changed the...
if this bike, if he's just had ridden the bike, he's probably going to have to wait some time before he gets the energy and strength because, come on, let's face it, guys. Tim thinking operating out here like a 27-year-old, and it's no insult to us as older people, but like I said, I've had to slow down a day. Give me some love in the chat for having to, take, my arthritis a little bit more seriously, and just realize that as much as I love my direct patient care, they're starting to move a lot of the nursing care to us taking on more what they call total care, which means that you're doing everything, which I love when I was a younger, more fit nurse. Now that I'm getting older, it just is more wear and tear on a body that I need to try to keep working and lasting for as long as I can. And so I have to try to change how I work. So I'm looking at more jobs at the moment that we're asking for tutoring, potentially nursing candidates and so forth. I've been working for so long. It's repetitive filling out just applications, even for things on the side, but I do need to potentially, slow down that way. Oh my goodness. But Tim is just wanting to have an accident. You just went, you have first PT session. Thanks, menopause. Yes. Thank you, menopause. Oh, God, yes. I've been in menopause for some years now, so I understand that one. And I had that long course of antibiotics too, which just eats up all your vitamin B and your mitochondrial stuff. And just, it's a heavy burden taking antibiotics for an extended period of time, which is another reason why doctors don't like to prescribe them. Your gut health, I got very lucky that I didn't get really sick from them being on me for so long. But that's just because I am in healthcare. I can manage it. Oh my gosh, it's exhausting. I hear you. And Tim out here with a hot bike, he's going to have to wait for that thing to cool down. Because if he's up there trying to roll it up, he's not on the exhaust side that I could see necessarily. He could burn his ass. That's what I was just thinking. Timmy, yeah. We're talking Timmy here. Yeah, we are talking Timmy. Yeah, you use the throttle. Well, he says you use the clutch because Timmy don't know. Timmy doesn't know. Now, like I said, My experience is one, just good body mechanics for anything, okay, professionally, to anybody, you know. And then secondly, obviously having a partner who had this in the back of his truck. So I'm just looking at this contraption, and then we're gonna give some sympathy, empathy over to the poor neighbor in a minute, you know, on the whole other topic, because Timmy doesn't care about people's circadian rhythms.
The rate
oh,
of the degree
Lord,
of slant.
This is so much.
But I didn't bend this
One
yet. I don't know if I want to weaken it or mess with it. It's been working fine so far. Besides that, maybe if I get something, I can place it underneath here, like a piece of wood. It's also
I don't know how you fathomed this one.
That we'll lift this even, make it less.
I'd be fascinated to know which videos on YouTube he watched to get to this. I just think it looks dangerous. You know, that's the one thing as we start to get older. How do we make sure that the things we do them safely? I mean, I have to be really cautious at the top of my stairs because Junebug and Roscoe just love to pull me. I've got no bad dog stories today. Love to pull me. And there's been a couple of times that actually there was one recently, I'm not going to lie. Roscoe pulled me pretty hard and I slipped down the stairs at my condo and it didn't feel great on the back of my leg. Really, it did not. You know, I just let him go down on his own now.
Less of a, it's not too steep.
It's getting big.
I mean, everything I've contemplated, like getting something for the tailgate and putting it in the back of the truck.
Yeah, we all know how this
is
ending. Yeah, we're going to play the taps. We're going to get taps.
This thing is kind of going this way. All right, let me see. Let me get my, what do you call these right here ready. Ratchet straps. And then I've got some things right here. It's cold out here. I've got some things right here that I use to see the wind. So annoying. I put on the bike around the triple trees. Around here is where I'll be pulling it down, not from anywhere around my handlebars. And I'll be sure I clear all these. This is a clean one here. All right, let me get these put on. All right, is the microphone on? Hang on, testing. I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous as a whore in church. I got nobody out here to spot me or help me. My neighbor said he'd help me, but he had an appointment at 4:30. I asked my other neighbor, but I think he's sleeping. And I'm just too anxious to go ahead and begin. So I've got somewhat prepared. All right, so my friend over here that was sleeping, he's got him a night job. It's been switched recently, and he was trying to get his clock, going right. And I figured he might have been, but he's up now. I just asked him if he wouldn't mind giving me a hand. So we'll see. I'm going to wait for him for sure. And he's a big, strong guy. And should there be a problem, he's going to be there to spot me.
Oh, my God. That neighbor, is this the same neighbor? The neighbor is great. Yeah, the Christian sayings, you know it. Oh, gosh. Let me just share this because we actually have permission to share this. Real fast. Hold on. Let me, here it is. Let me see. Share this tab. Let me see what it does. This is for Tim's. This is for Tim's. This is for the front hitch. Thank you, U.S. Marine Corps, for allowing us to pay homage to Tim and his front hitch. And as well, we will pay homage to Tim at the moment too, because of his... Hold on, let me find this one. Let me see if I can find this one. I couldn't have lost this already, could I? It was Tim and all of his stuff that he had on his Facebook. I'm going to have to find it real fast, guys. Let me keep playing Tim. I'm going to find that one.
I think what I will do on the bike here is I'll go ahead. These are called, you can see what they're called, why they're like this. So when you're riding, see, off-road, now you don't have to worry about bushes or anything hitting these. You can just fold them in and then tighten them up like that. That's how you do it. So I'm going to, hopefully that's not going to interfere with me turning my handlebars. I'll readjust them in just a minute to where they're not interfering with anything here.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the back of his head. Oh, I have no idea. I know. Well, that's why I cut it short. I'm just trying to figure out what we can put for in memoriam for Tim's stuff. Well, sometimes these items are the heroes. But yes, that's right. I need Benny Hill music. I do. For this part, I do. Now, I need a good in memoriam music. So if anybody wants to pop because my family's also in the military, that's why I cut it. Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to disrespect anybody in the military. But that's kind of how I feel about Tim's stuff, man. There's so much of it. So much. You've never seen anything like it? Yeah. Somebody thinks that maybe he was left laying for a long time as a baby, because it can sometimes do that. So yeah, let me know. I don't know if I should find that dum but that might be not proper either. Oh, I need to find some good music. But yes, let's take a look at all the other things that have recently disappeared in Tim's life, just real fast again. Tim, where are you? He is always... No? Okay. I'm trying to find this. Hold on. Hey, supposedly somebody thinks that maybe Tim was left laying flat as a child. And maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I just found it. No, I can't find it. Anyway. I don't know how I can't find stuff. All right, keep going, Tim. I gotta let Tim play. I'm going to keep trying to find this file. I just saw it on my desktop. I have no
Let me double check on that. Anyway, my friend Rick comes over here. We'll get the rest of the video for you. All right, I got my neighbor here. We're going to try and run it up and see what we can do. Hope I've thought of everything possible, and I don't know. We're just going to try it.
He's thought of everything possible. I mean, that just does not sound like somebody who really thought through this much money spent on putting that front hitch on the front of his truck. Because I'm sure that's not an inexpensive endeavor. So it's just, I don't know. It's just the logic sometimes to me. I just like, and he's not, it's a comedy show. I know. And Rick is pissed. This poor guy. Okay. He's literally like waking up off of like a night shift. So this is probably like precious time that he could have been sleeping. But somehow Tim's over there knocking at the door on a night shift worker. Drop it in the chat. Like I said, if you've ever worked nights, I've worked nights as a nurse. It is miserable in the daytime, especially like when you live in any place that's super busy like this. At the condos, obviously have no control of landscapers, my neighbors fixing their fences, and I live in a place with 120 units in here, and it's just at the oceanfront. And it's very active. And in the summertime, it gets really just busy, just activity. And I'm at the back of the unit too. So I'm in a place that pretty, is that supposedly the quieter in, just noise in the daytime, noisier anyway. And it can make it really hard. And so you are already often, if you're not taking vitamin D supplementation, you are vitamin D deprived. You are having your circadian rhythm. You have, because of the way that you are sort of sleeping in the day and not at night, your increased risks for different diseases increases, like type 2 diabetes. You're just all of these things. You're not sleeping to process things. Your sleep is often short and interrupted. It is really hard and taxing and tolling on the body. And you've got this annoying neighbor coming out for his YouTube channel, for his just another one of his wackadoodle schemes of spending money on something he really didn't need to spend his money on. It's a level of rudeness. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we've seen him with to do this, do that before. Remember? If you looked back at him when he was out with anybody, JJ particularly, Tim, when he was asking him to film the golf and Tim was insisting on going out and playing golf all the time, and JJ doesn't like golf. So JJ was stuck filming Tim, and Tim put out a video today blasting these people after he was so rude to JJ during that initial time when they were out in Laughlin area, and just ordering him around. And it was so bad. He did put out a video saying that, oh no, I'm just excited. And, because it was bad. It looked bad. It's part of the Sarasota Tim lore. Yeah. All right. We're actually going to put this part at normal speed just because it's so wild with him. We want to see, just look at the neighbor. Poor guy. Tim, his little Christian hat. Tim, purporting to be a Christian, waking up this poor guy who just has to stand there and make sure Tim don't kill himself, I guess. Oh, Lord, goodness.
I'm going to have to do it with it in gear like I was, because I have no brake over here.
Yeah, that's correct. But I would get back.
Yeah, I agree.
Because remember last time I was pushing it this way. Didn't matter. No, I was still using this side. I stood on this side of it.
Using the clutch.
It wasn't. Yeah, I was just having to go further with it. All right. So, all right, that's good.
Okay, watch this.
Hopefully the rear wheel will follow the front.
Gosh.
Looks like I'm a little.
This doesn't look like this is a good, safe plan. Like I said, imagine you've just had a whole entire day of riding. He was going to have to wait some time to, one, let the bike cool down so he doesn't burn himself on the way up. And secondly, wait till he's got enough energy. So he's been out riding all day. If you're tired and you've already been doing this in your body and you've been up on that bike, oh my God. Your back, everything's going to be killing you. And if you look at the way he tries to he has to get his arms up so high, it just does not look safe. That does not look like anything that's safe to me.
All right, be ready, Rick.
Oh, Lord. Look at Rick's got the annoyed posture here. He's got the hand up leaning. That's when another adult thinks another adult is like, what is going? Look at Tim here. This is an accident. Look at this. Is so narrow with that bike. One little slip of a wheel, if that was wet, anything, and that bike went out. How many pounds is that on top of him? Just. The logic is just, oh my God. He's got street smarts. Absolutely. Wait, rewind that. Oh, I can rewind. He's techie. Oh, yeah. Look at the neighbor. Look at that. Just staring at him. We love the neighbor interactions with Tim because it's always the best. And we'll see if he starts to block the lights at the end and see if he's breaking any statutes. But like I said, if he's not at night, it may not matter. I don't know how that works in Florida.
Hopefully the rear wheel will follow the front.
The rear wheel will follow the front? Okay. You guys are so good. Yep. The neighbor's like, yeah.
All right, be ready, Rick.
Be ready, Rick.
Keep going.
Oh, wow. That doesn't look good, man. Can you imagine if that back wheel did slip out on something like that, not properly secured down? Because remember, he said he needed something bolt and it just went out. And then that tire slid out, say, because maybe he's out. He's traveling the USA, he's doing his travels and he's alone. And there's no Rick here. What if Rick had been there and that tire slipped out and didn't hit Rick with the tire? I mean, that. That's wild. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Oh my God. Yeah, that real wheel doesn't follow the front. He has big problems. Yeah. Oh, my back. I know. Neighbor's hands are in the pocket. Yeah, that's like absolutely annoyed, isn't it, Shireen? Thank you for throwing that in there. Hey, Angel, yeah. Yeah, he is definitely gonna have to have one of those life alerts on him. Jeez. I mean, he had to run that thing up there. Can you imagine if he'd been out on his bike all day? He's not going to have the energy for this. Look at this. How is that not blocking his driving view? How is that not blocking how he drives? And he already has compromised vision. I'm just going to say.
That's because you're stretched down.
You're right.
Plus, when I step down the ground here, I get even lower than I was if I was on the. I need to be over there on the concrete.
Yeah, his rotator cup. Yeah. Yeah, how has he not taken out his rotator cup? Yes, we know it's cuff. It's an inside joke for the Sarasota Tim fans. If you're new to the channel, thank you. If you're new, I really appreciate it. Nice to meet you. We're going to hopefully grow this. I know this 3 o'clock may not be everyone's favorite time. I'll have to do a poll maybe and find out what time works best. Some people said like 3 o'clock. Maybe if we just go at 3 regularly, lots of people will find us at 3. I don't know. For me, I have more energy in the day. The nights I know are better, more active for live streaming, but that also gets a lot more trolls. So that's why I'm kind of like, this has got a lot less trolls in the chat. So that's always good. Oh my gosh. When I saw him run up here like this with this, just didn't look good. Look, he's rolling backwards. He's rolling backwards. That's not good. Yeah. It's less troll. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're prison jobs. I know some of you are at yours too. Yeah, don't forget to hit the likes. Absolutely free way of supporting this channel. And I really appreciate it. Listen to him out of breath. I know. What do you think is going to be his worst accident to happen? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let the others know. The noise, I know. Can you imagine if it's actually hot, that bike? If that bike was hot, okay? Because if you've been riding that thing all day, that thing's going to be hot. I'm not saying that people shouldn't have, sports and hobbies, but I just think Tim is not, this is not something I think he'd want to do alone out in the middle of nowhere. Oh my gosh.
Too much of a problem?
Too much of a problem? Oh, his neighbor, man. Just tired as heck, woken up from a night shift. Rick does think this is probably the least intelligent thing he has ever seen. He'll get pulled over constantly. Yeah, I'm thinking he might have to crush his prostate. Your New York dad needs to help him. Lay down on the hood. Just trying to figure out how you have a bed truck back here where he's got nothing in it on this brand new truck, and he sticks this thing on for this hobby that we haven't seen him once just even take the thing out locally anywhere. He just spends so much money on the wildest things in my mind. It look like I guess he's asking for the Lord's help to make sure he don't kill himself on this bike.
This is going to be a real issue by myself.
Yeah, it is going to be a real issue for yourself by yourself. Oh, that's like the smartest thing I think you've said all video, Tim. That's the first time I've heard a drop of truth from him. I'm going to have to take that back for we're at 23 right here, just so we can relive this moment of Tim actually admitting that it might not be a good plan and where we need to, the tabs may not be suitable. We need to put in memoriam the front hitch.
Not too much of a problem. This is going to be a real issue by myself.
The neighbor did say something when he said it was going to be an issue by himself. Let me see if I can hear what the neighbor says.
This is going to be a real issue by myself.
I couldn't understand him. If you understood him putting it in the chat, his accent was a little tough for me. He had a bit too much of a twang. It was a little quiet. He's like, hurry up. Yeah, I just want to go to bed. Goodness me. This poor guy's like, I had to wake up for this show. Oh, Lord.
See, it wants to come over towards me.
Oh, my gosh. I swear. It looks like he was about to lose the back tire off of there. What's Rick's role? I guess the witness for the autopsy, the coroner's report. I shouldn't say that because Dwayne Musselman lost his life under a truck. Sorry. So not always the best taste of humor, but obviously this is not a good plan. And as healthcare providers, motorcycles are inherently dangerous, whether you're just trying to roll them up a ramp or riding them. Unfortunately, vehicularly speaking, they are more likely to be dangerous.
I'll come back a little bit if you're on.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah. I know. I have to self-explain sometimes my British humor because I'm not sitting in a British sitcom. Either the British directness is misunderstood, or and that's our excuse, or our sort of dry-witted humor, very dry. And obviously, I'm trying. We're adults. Oh my God.
I see what you mean. I'm not going to go over that with just pushing it.
I just feel like it just. And then he's got all of that stuff behind him. Could he just try to obscure all fields of vision as much as possible on the road? I think Tim just thinks he's going to be just like, I don't have any idea what this man's up to. I hope he's going to be towing this stuff to Virginia by April 10th because he needs to be in court. Because whatever he sent was not court legal. And if you send a copy of that to the court, it's not going to be processed, Tim.
But once I get here,
That's what you got to do. Where'd you grab it at?
I grabbed it here.
Yeah.
I need to see gloves too.
Yeah, Rick's not going to be putting his back out like that. Rick is not covered by insurance for Tim being foolhardy. And that's what people in America know. That may be different from other parts of the globe. But when you wake up your poor neighbor who's on a night shift, he's probably already feeling not quite the same as people who work in the day or don't work at all their whole lives, 30 some years, and just throw out this type of, content all the time. My dogs are wanting to play. I can't believe it. You're going to hear the puppies go off. Oh, Junebug, really? You really wanted to wake up Roscoe to play right this second? Girl. Oh, it's real life, guys. It's just real life. Yeah, the neighbor is smart because here in the United States, as we know, our health insurance is our personal private health insurance. So it's not through the nationally covered. So we're not all chipping into the pot to cover everybody. So if something were to happen to the neighbor and he gets hurt, he would literally have to take Tim to court, like I'm taking Tim to court, not for obviously injury stuff, to get his medical bills covered. But then he would Tim's attorney could say, well, you agreed to help him. So, it's, on you. So why would you risk yourself here to put yourself in harm's way because you got your neighbor who thinks he's some big old YouTube influencer and has all of this, travel and, it's going to hit it viral like Revzilla or one of these big, channels that you have, websites. I mean, just a really polished, high-end garage look. That is the type of content that Tim looks at, and probably the stuff I used to watch with my ex, other than his enduro videos from Europe. But this neighbor being small, why would you even post this fiasco showing it? Well, it's because we're talking about proper body mechanics, and we know Tim's showing none of this. When using a motorbike, it's a lot of people, you ride motorbikes, interesting topic. And then, of course, we're talking about interrupting your neighbors who work nights and what it's like to work night shift and just all the sort of stuff that poor Rick going through over here. And Tim just doesn't care. That's fine. That's fine, Victoria. That's fine. Because we can learn from it. So even with Tim being, because this is really rude of Tim, but
let's take it off and do it again.
Night shift hard on the body. Come on, Mr. Yeast. I have no idea.
Whew.
Yeah, that's working itself, ain't it?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm sure it's very different in New Zealand.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
Get my gloves. I know now I don't even need to go all the way to wheel chalk.
Yeah, he's going to really feel like wanting to go out and, really up on the couch? Wow, dude. He's really going to want to go ride a motorcycle after taking, sounding that out of breath, just trying to put that thing up on that tire hitch. I think sometimes there comes a time when we all realize that our limitations are there, and that's okay. And we can still do things. And sometimes having to understand those limitations so we can, be able to not have any issues is a good thing. Like myself, having to make the decision to cut back from a day of work because my body is feeling the toll of it. And it's just up and down off the floor, leaning over beds, picking up children. It's carrying heavy stuff. It's become a lot on a body that's been doing it for a long time and is 57 years old this year. So I want to keep on working and have some capacity to still work with direct patient care, but just realize I cannot do it 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week like I used to. And night shift too, All right, guys, that's fun.
And I can,
hey,
I only need to go all the way to the wheel chalk. As long as I stop and let the clutch out when the back tire is even down here.
Right.
So I got a little room to push.
Right.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But having it being right on the thing is like a block.
That's right. I'm saying you gotta come back.
I got some gloves here. We never did even check once with the ratchet straps just to see also. This time we will.
Well, he wasn't riding that bus for long because he left school at 16.
Come back a little bit. Come back. Come back. You gotta come back. You're not coming back.
Hey. Right. Yeah. Well, I know that's in your area, Sharon, so look out. Look at the neighbor just like trying to guide Tim. And, you know, Tim, of course, has a tough time taking advice. Maybe if we have enough time, guys, we'll pop into his morning chat. But this is hilarious. Make sure to check out the poll on the way in. Hit the likes, Tim.
I should give you room to shove it now. I'll give it everything you got.
Everything you got, he says. That's right. 150.
That's what I'm gonna have to do. All right, let's try these.
Yeah, remember, yeah, that's right. Thank you for I love that you, thank you for that. Yeah, for reminding us. But he can do 100 push-ups at a time. Thank you, Shireen. Yes, he can. 150, I heard. Hey, Gina. Yeah, he's winded. His body mechanics are terrible. No, they're terrible. He's going to hurt himself. His sprints are paying off. Well, you know, he fit, girl. There's Nathan Benderson Park walks. You really like it, Rick. Yeah, we like Rick too. Rick is our hero. Poor guy. Imagine, he's just come off night shift. He's been woken up specifically to watch Tim's shenanigans and just do some, just look at this guy just giving Tim the, my God, this guy needs help. Look.
There's strats out.
Like,
so if I'm by myself,
the
ones I wanted to use were these.
Rick is my spirit animal. Hey, David.
How much room do I need?
You're way up here.
Oh, yeah.
See here?
Yeah, hit the likes, guys. Hit the likes. I know a lot of you guys watch on TV. Just like hit up on your OK button, and then it will show you like the like thumbs up. So you can like it from your TV sets, guys. And I know a lot of you watch me on TV, which is awesome. YouTube loves my TV folks. So they know you're there. But just so other people can find the fun. My dog's being absolutely wild in the background.
And then what I do is I'd pull it.
Yeah, pull this.
I want to lean it towards the truck.
Well, first of all, I would go ahead and bring it this way a little bit.
A few hours a week, yeah.
Now hold on to it and come around here and get the other. Just lean it. But you want a little bit of tension on it that way.
Oh, Tim the expert. Rick is literally having to walk Tim through. Sorry, my dogs, the pit bull owner. They have woken up from a nap now. Of course, you know, and now they're playing. What's new in the house, guys? I can't help it. I need to fix up my studio, but it's live. Yeah, glued to the pockets. That's how we know what he's thinking. That's how we know what he's thinking, because his hands are glued, and he's like having to tell him. Risks collective bargaining agreements. You watch TV and comment on your computer. Well, I appreciate that, Ann. That's giving me 2 views, girl. Thanks for that. Double views, girl. Well, wow, you guys are really helping me out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Tim would be jealous.
Yeah. Now you just hold the time.
I should have never done that.
Dude, your vision
Oh,
of
well,
driving
thank you.
sucks.
Let me see.
All you with these bags on here.
I can take that off,
take them
maybe.
off.
Maybe I need to take that off.
There you go. Now we're at you.
Tim's struggle is pretty real over here, guys. I just don't think we're going to see this long on the truck.
All right. So let's see how this thing's supposed to work.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen that.
May not be able to use it.
Why has he got where his side of the driver's seat is? He's got that big old bag right there in his eye line, doesn't he? He's got his bag. Why does he have to have the bag on there? Is it permanently strapped on? Because that's like literally obscuring his already bad eyesight. I mean, look at this setup here. All right, I'm going to put him to 1.5 now. We've seen some of the silliness.
What's it supposed to do?
It's supposed to keep from pulling this, ratcheting all the way down and blowing the fork seal. So you just pull it down this, but this is not even, I've already got it down enough to where I can't get this in. So I think maybe this is a no-go.
Yeah.
That was a waste of money.
Yeah, if Rick's not careful, he will not be woken up in the middle of his night shift day sleep to be interrupted by this individual's foolhardery.
I saw it when I had the bike on the ground. It went in there.
Yeah, the KLX will be next up.
Yeah, see, it ain't gonna work. I mean, who's got time to mess with it when?
Yes,
So,
he is.
What I'm wanting to do then at this point.
This is what's happening. And this, thank you for commenting. Thank you. Appreciate that. Come on in.
I'm pretty tight and then do the back ones.
Yeah, once you do that, dude, and then put your safety ones on, you're good.
And I want to actually run them from the here to here.
Yeah,
or from here.
So
You want it to, you always want it like really low.
Pull the bike forward too, against your thing.
Well, that would work then.
Correct. But look at your windshield.
Oh, look at that. Now Rick's got the explaining stance. Oh, he looks look how tiny Tim looks to Rick too. I mean, I know Tim's on the ground and Rick's up on the slab, but he's not even, he looks like a bigger man than Tim. Because Tim's not that much in the background there, comparatively. Rick's definitely got the stance there, hands in pocket. And, we know that Tim is somebody who does not, he kind of acts okay when he's getting the advice sometimes. But I've heard he can blow his mood. He knows this is on film, so he may temper his mood a bit. Maybe.
No, I'm standing right here.
Let me go in here. Let me go in here.
Hey, people put on the front of the vehicle.
Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah, the one I saw on YouTube, he's got it at the very bottom of his truck.
Is that what
it's not in the middle of
happened?
the bumper like mine.
You got to come out from underneath the bumper. So it's lowered.
Well, I ain't gonna be changing now. I mean,
well,
fuck yes.
What do you mean? He popped out 30 press-ups the other day and only sounded somewhat out of breath.
You're gonna be looking at.
I wouldn't suggest that. Look at this.
I mean,
Rick's got his phone call going.
When are you going to Moab, wherever you're going?
Moab. Yeah, dude, get in there and sit down. Look.
I can tell. I can see.
Well, at least we know he's telling the neighbors that he's going to Moab. That's an interesting factoid. Is he going to be doing that via Virginia Beach? Because he's got court April 10th. You just going to give it to me like that, Tim? Yeah, he definitely has a poor emotional response regulation. Yeah. Yes, he definitely is. They are twin spirits and souls. You can't have pine air freshener on your mirror. You're not allowed to have the whole motorcycle block your view. Exactly. He's going to make a cop laugh himself to death. I don't know how the other people got away with it. Maybe they were in another part of the country, which is not as, traffic dense as some of the East Coast areas, little different in these areas. We're very traffic dense. I would not want to have that on the front of my not cheap truck in areas where potentially people are driving very expensive cars. How does this make sense, guys?
I'm a car.
Oh, he corrected him?
Headlights
no.
completely.
Okay. How far back? Like right here? Let me go back.
So let me see. I'm a car. Headlights completely blocked. See the ones that it works on, it goes down below my ear dam.
Now, that's violating that statute that Douglas pointed out, correct? The one with the actual statute regarding his headlights being blocked that we just looked at. Does it matter if is that just like general, regardless of day or night? I would think that would be something, because in the daytime you would need them potentially if it was foggy or for certain weather conditions, you would need to have your access to your front headlights. I mean, Rick appears to be Butch that Tim has been unsexually looking. Oh, well, I can't say that, Timothy. I can't speak to that. I can speak to the body mechanics and messing up the neighbor's circadian rhythm at this time. Is he correcting the neighbor?
Yeah, well, man.
And so that would be God, 6 inches lower.
Yeah.
Won't you make all the difference?
Yeah.
Hey, what about a drop hitch? Is there such thing that I can?
You can only drop so low because you're fairing.
No, I mean a thing that comes out. You know how you guys have these trucks that are real high?
You can. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is that what I can do?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
So is that the answer?
You can get a drop hitch and come out of there and drop down.
Something that'll go in there and pin.
So you're needing, you see your receiver hitch?
Yeah.
You need, there's an adapter that goes in, comes down, and then goes out like
another.
Gosh, is this the poor neighbor he's always getting? Yes, that's what I'm thinking. They have a lower hitch. Yeah, that's too high. You would have thought the guy, well, we know he didn't want to ruin the aesthetic of his truck. I mean, he's putting a bike on the front of it. I guess, don't ruin our government tax money like that, Tim. We might have to have that hauled into auction. What are you thinking?
Receiver.
Yes.
Receiver, receiver.
Harbor Freight might have one.
Well, this place, A&A trailer, is the thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what you need.
That's all I can't do this.
It's down.
Can't do this.
No, if your headlights.
So what I'm going to do, and that's going to make it easier loading.
Sure, you lower the ground.
Oh, the
I'm going to take the bike off,
Mohab.
leave the hitch on.
Oh, thank you, Ann. Yes. He was being a bit, thank you, Ann, for clarifying better. Yeah, he was being an absolute PRICK there. Gosh, he's just a work, isn't he? Tim in the wild is always the best because he got no real filter.
Down there and say, here's my dilemma.
That's right. Thank you, Ann. Thank you.
That the bike sits on here. How high above?
You're a foot. No, I'm talking, look at your tail.
Yeah, he does. Yes. I remember I heard him say that. I guess I'm just used to Tim being such a, that I didn't even, think he's just being, I was just more interested in the fact that Tim's obviously, I guess my thing was that Tim was confessing that he's going out west, to more than just the YouTube community. He's like telling his neighbors this too. So it was sort of hitting. I wasn't like, but I was thinking about how rude it was for him to correct him. But thank you for really pointing that out, guys. Because look, woke up this guy to come out and do this. And then Tim has to be, this guy's never going to want to do Tim another favor. Tim can burn a bridge faster than anybody I know.
You need these wheels. You need this down below the headlights. Or it'd be down here. Yeah, so your headlights are clear.
I think if I just take it in with this, they can see what I need to do.
Yep.
Because he's going.
Exactly. That's all you need.
All
It's too high.
Let me.
You wouldn't know that till you put it on there.
I'll let you go. Let me roll it off, and you can just spot me, and then I'll be done with you.
It's loosen that one up to hold the bike at the same time.
Oh yeah, you're just going to want to pull it over big time.
That's been my question. Why isn't he putting this in the back of his truck?
To hold the bike.
Yeah, is he going to do it? Should I pop him at the same time?
No.
You spot me over. Let me see how much it springs.
You can't hold.
You just spot me.
You can't hold both.
All right.
You just spot me. You just spot me.
It's gonna want to pull.
You can't hold both. Tim, just wow. This is a feeling I'm getting. This poor guy had to wake up night shift, tired. It's a special type of tired night shift. Okay. Then having to have Tim, Mr. Do Nothing, except film this nonsense and blast money around. This guy's probably like, this guy is just. I'm surprised he's this tolerant. Nice man.
No big deal. Didn't do anything. But that one's pulling right now, so I have to.
No, he doesn't.
Just get over here and push it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Oh, hold it though.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I'm curious to know in the chat, how would you respond to somebody that you are helping as a neighbor who then, suddenly decided to be that rude and corrected you? Rick is showing a really generous spirit here in remaining with Tim after Tim's corrected him and kind of been not very thankful. I've not heard in this one time throughout this whole entire process, so this is stuff I listen for, a thank you, or I really appreciate you being here to help me. Because that's my deep, maybe just always super polite. But with Rick giving suggestions, I haven't heard Tim once say thank you. Tim always knows best. That's how we know Tim are narcissist. And other people have been picking up some really great things in the chat too, which is giving a bigger sort of profile on his personality in this matter. How would you feel then about wanting to come back and help? Would you be kind of wanting just to walk away at this point? I mean, how would you feel? I'd be interested to know. Let us know in the chat. Have a conversation about it.
Come around.
The first and the last time you helped him?
I never got you. Get up off it. There you go. You're good.
No, he doesn't. We know that.
Sport's a lot easier.
Oh my God.
Otherwise,
he's going to hurt himself taking that thing down. This is going to be a back strain waiting to happen. If you haven't checked out the poll, guys, make sure to check it out.
as I spent.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're welcome.
It's a little bit looser now than it was.
I appreciate that.
But I'll put the par on here, and I'll also see if they'd be willing to modify that for me. I'll tell you about my day's events with the front trailer hitch. There's a little bit of a fail on that right now. $600, maybe down the tube.
A little bit of a fail. $600. This is a man who is upset when a $45 copay come in, or $1 on a piece of meat. $600. Oh, Tim, you shouldn't be upset about a lawsuit, sweetheart. I mean, he'll spend $600 on this, but he's not protecting himself. And you can let you know that judgment currently as it stands is much higher than I originally shared. Much higher. I submitted different codes and just hindsight. I kind of just wanted to get Tim served. But I am going in for a non-suit at some point. There are going to be some changes, as I said, to the case, just because it's part of what is known as procedure in Virginia for that original amount, to change it for a much larger amount because of his behaviors. So, yeah, $600. He doesn't care. He'll drop $600 on that, guys. And then he'll turn around and complain about the gas prices or ask all his subscribers to get their stuff, his affiliate links, his buy me a coffees. Do you think that the rest of every one of his subscribers is able, maybe we're older generations who does a little bit better financially, but could you just drop $600 on something like that? I don't think so. That seems wild. And the cost of the bike. So we're just his.
Oops, maybe not. I'm going to run it past everybody out there, Bubba and all you other experts, TRD, anybody that can give me an idea. I've already got an idea. I'm going to run it past you guys. I'll be right back. So here it is. I made a video earlier. I'm not going to post it because it was a fail. There it is, the albatross on the front of the truck.
Albatross. Now we have it being called an albatross, guys. Never a good sign for anything that Tim purchases. How to just waste your money. How to get yourself in hospital and how to waste your money and how to annoy your neighbors all in one video. This is some just very interesting.
The bike on here, I put it up here already. It sits up here. I can't see where I'm driving. And there's no headlights. No headlights and can't see.
Oh,
all right,
great.
I knew the headlights were going to be an obstruction.
Oh, great. Well, now you just violated that Florida statute by blocking your headlights. So, Tim, always Mr., legal, never do anything wrong, is going to be already breaking Florida statutes. Not only does he like to violate the statutes of the codes of Virginia, he is now just violating, basic statutes about vehicle safety in Florida. It's just
to deal with that, whatever,
But he's a good guy. He's a good person, guy.
Here's the trailer hitch. Okay, right in here. Most of them, not most of them, but a lot of them come out right. They cut out a little square from that lower air dam, and it comes out right there.
Hey,
as you can see,
nice to meet you.
That would bring this.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
If I could get this down to here, just think how.
I wonder how much I would get for that $600 item at auction.
Easy the loading will be, but it just needs to come down. Not to make it easy loading, so I can see the bike is sitting up here, right in my view.
Yeah, the place that put the hitch on, they just saw you coming, Tim. They are not gonna. You could try to say and complain, because throw your YouTube status around, because that's one of the things that is really kind of gross that you do with this little channel that you have over here, Tim, because your views to your subs that I'm hearing another 100 came off. YouTube is probably putting some strangles on you, because you've been really, one, repetitive content, and two, really nasty to other creators.
It's crazy. And with that bag I have on the back, I'm going to take that bag off. That totally makes everything higher. I'll take that off. All right, so my pin that I bought, the little anti-wobble thing, it goes right here. That works awesome. Look.
Yeah, he was having a good laugh.
It's not really moving much.
Yeah, he was like, he wasn't going to say no. Why? It's money to his pocket. He's not there to, give you good advice. Maybe he did. Who knows? He probably did with Tim. Tim was like, no, it's fine. Who knows? He's like, gosh, $600. It just amazes me, the stuff that he does spend. We've seen so much of this stuff around all this motorcycle stuff has been exorbitant. It's been just, I can't have a lot of sympathy if he has financial problems in the future. Like so many of these YouTube folks, they suddenly get money from their channels and they just don't make wise decisions with the money. And Tim is just a really good example of this too. How not to be smart, because Tim doesn't have long left to live. And the way he was bringing up that bike, the Tim Reaper is coming.
It's very tight. I love that. But the whole thing has got to come down, or it is a fail. It is a no-go. It is $600 down the drain. I don't regret putting the hitch in, because you can use it. I've never used a front hitch for any reason.
That's
push my camper around.
David.
I mean, I could.
I agree, David. I have no idea. And I don't think anybody in his chat, we'll take a look at the comments in a second, or the ones that survive. Good Lord. And they don't understand it either. It's the one time I've really seen his subscribers just not be totally glazing him.
My receiver in there, and back my camper in where I can see where I'm going, like they do on boat yards and stuff. But really, how often am I ever going to? I would never put that in.
Well, they know he is.
I put it in for this. All right, so this has got to be able to. There's got to be a contraption that takes this piece here. It goes in the trailer hitch. Okay, there's the trailer hitch only comes out to here. The receiver. It's actually recessed inside my bumper. So I need a bar like this to come out about here and go straight down. And then
I think you need a lot more than that, Tim. And it might not be to do with this hitch.
Come out that way to about here, where I can slide this thing into something like that down there. So it needs to come out, go down, and come back out this way, right? Somewhere where I got something like this, a bigger one.
I know. I just, he's... Why get a truck with a bed? Why didn't you just get something else? Oh my goodness. He could get toppers or all sorts of stuff, but he won't do it aesthetically, I guess. I have no idea. Just put the bike in the back of the thing, Tim. If you don't want to have a cover, jeez, Tim, don't be just
like that. Down here
he's
with
not going to do any of it. All this is going back.
So I don't know what that's going to do with structural integrity. How much?
Yeah, he's got money to burn.
How much it can hold? This thing here's heavy.
Yeah, he doesn't have
100
any
pounds.
problem
Mike's 300. My back's killing me right now.
There is nothing that he can do as far as pleading poverty, or that he has no money that can be garnished. He's got, look at all this, totally garnishable, all of it.
And then bouncing, you know, and then coming down, and then hopefully the whole thing won't.
Because it's a lot larger amount now. Just saying.
Be any further out than it is right now. You know, hopefully. It might be, though, because I don't know. I really don't. I don't need it any further out. First of all, you can't even see this. When you're driving, when the bike's not on here, you can't even see it. I do have when I get real slow.
He's now trying to convince himself he likes it. This is the cycle that Tim goes to when he makes a bad financial decision buying just some random thing. Usually very expensive. Usually some type of, could you imagine if you're like married to him and you had the kids and stuff and you were worried about like getting their health care covered, and this guy is spending money probably that he's got his hundos in the pocket, and he comes home and he comes back with something like this. Could you imagine? No wonder your marriages probably didn't last, Tim. I'm just making hypotheses, but I just kind of see a pattern in his behaviors, and I can't imagine it's changed over the course of his lifetime. Just an observation from somebody who's worked with a lot of people. He's studied psychiatry.
Like the park for off-roading, I have a button I can press that has a camera up here somewhere that shows me this, so I can see how close I'm getting to something.
Yes.
But just driving,
this is an absolute mansplaining example here. Tim is mansplaining out of this. Hard times. $600. How could you sit in his audience while he turns around and says, you got to hit my affiliate links and this, that, and the other, and then see this guy drop $600? Many people at the moment, even older seniors, may not feel like dropping $600 is a fair amount of money, Tim. So it's like an insult to your audience comparatively to how you started with your channel. And then this, I don't know, maybe a few of these guys think your success is great or something, Tim, but I just think it's, I don't know.
Oh, like coming up to a red light with a car in front of me. I mean, I'm gonna have to stay way back, or
yeah,
rig
that's
up
what I
something
thought too.
That'll screw in like here.
My ex-boyfriend was like big on dirt biking, and I always knew him to put it in the back of his truck. This is why this confuses me too. So thank you, Ennis. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I agree.
And come up.
This is wild.
A little flag, you know, and then look, it's still going to be out further than this. This here,
yeah,
I still got another 8 inches that I have to worry about from my little flag here. But at least give me something.
Give you, oh my gosh, give us something, Tim. This is your content too, mate. Oh my Lord, this is just, I mean, he got some views on this because people are probably just like, what the geez?
I can see. So this whole idea is an albatross, isn't it? What do you think? But man, if I could get that modified.
Oh gosh, great. More money spent. Just, you know, can't do $45 on that Dr. Copay. They're robbing him blind. But, you know, just dropping money on something that he's never going to take out because the gas prices probably coming up to summertime are probably going to get a little bit more increased if we continue with everything happening globally.
Comes down, comes out.
Same.
And then this whole thing.
That's what happens with gas prices.
Well, I'll be able to put that motorcycle up. Nope.
Oh, to be continued? Oh, wow. Yeah. What do you think will be continued here, guys? More of the same shenanigans? Okay, let's take a quick peek, see in this comment section because we know we love that. Hold on. I'm going to have to wet my whistle, guys. Hold on. I've got my favorite. I don't know what you guys are drinking today, this afternoon. I've got my favorite non-alcoholic, of course, sparkling water from Kroger, not sponsored, mojito flavored, which is the minty. And I'm going to have to take a swig to read this comment. Sorry. Yes. I've officially wet my whistle to read these wonderful, how many comments were left? 74. Whoa, that's one of the most I've ever seen from Tim's. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's sort by, shall we go to the top comments or the newest? Let's do newest because maybe he's not scouring to clean up his section here. All right. Part 2 from the trailer hitch store that you showed the other day. Can't wait to see it. Come on, Tim. Crush this minor issue. What, them taking it off the front of his truck permanently? That's the only way. Wait, he's going back. A front trailer hitch is a catastrophe waiting to happen, like a joint production from Murphy's Law and the Allstate Mayhem Guy. It's essentially an accident in disguise, which explains why these bizarre contraptions are such a rare sight on American highways. That's a hard no. Sell that dang bike and hook up the house and get on the road, down the road, says Brenda. No way, Tim, don't do this. No, says Truth Justice. Hype says go to a local metal fabrication shop and they should be able to make you a drop hitch and a powder coat it. Or they could weld a hitch. Oh my Lord, Hype. Just spending money left, right, and center. Hype is spending Tim's money. And Tim would love this. Paul says, put poles on each end like the plow trucks use. The only time I see anything on the front of the truck, okay, because I live on a coastal area, is to put your fishing poles in. Sadly, I have seen some deers on the front of people's trucks, too, that are no longer living, which I find hard. So I don't eat meat. I'm a bit of a pansy like that. Bambi left an impression on me as a child. Fishing poles, because if you live on the coastal ways, you'll know they got the thing and the big old fishing poles at the front. But I don't think they are as view obstructing as Tim's trailer hitch for the bike. Oh my gosh. He says, put the bike in the bed and get a trailer box for the front end to store your supplies. Well, that's very smart. This box will be lighter too, and you won't obstruct your view. Yeah, because Tim's probably not thinking the physics of weight. Potentially. Who knows? It's a good thing that you did all this now so you can see what a bad idea it is. Craziest thing I've ever seen. Tim shaking my something DH deadhead. Can't be legal. Don't do it. Well, we know it's not legal per statutes in Florida to block those headlights. LMAO. No way. I put that bike on the front. You're just asking for trouble. Way sketchy. Oh, Lord. As you can see, guys, nobody in Tim's comment section is thinking that this is a good plan or a good idea. You missed the lobster claw? Get a toy camper and get a toy hauler? I don't know. I don't even think that. I mean, that camper, since he's not been taking it to be maintained, I don't know how street legal that camper is anymore. How much it's going to take being bumped along and grind. Can you imagine if he's paying? He said he gets 9 miles a gallon currently. Can you imagine how many gallons he'll get if he's hauling all this stuff? How many? 2 miles to the gallon? All right, I'm exaggerating. But I mean, it's not going to be great fuel efficiency nor mileage on something that's not great already. I mean, it might be slightly better highway, but I just can't imagine. They call them rhubars in Australia. Well, that's for protective purposes, I guess. I mean, we see them here too. Carrier's called the Black Widow. Just Tim. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, let's see what Tim else has been up to. Tim maybe is back over at that trailer hitch store because we haven't seen much from him today. He did the morning chat where he's actually he's not mentioning the word Christ in his videos in the hopes that more people will take a peek-see in. Hey, 10 minutes of Tim, and then I'm gonna have to. We will say officially, say la vie, guys, and we'll take a look and see what our poll's doing. If you haven't had a chance to participate in the poll, please do so. Tim is how to train yourself to think positive. Tim is on the how-to train too. Maybe he might be in the how-to category and trying to get a little bit more, the AdSense. I know how these games work, Tim.
Good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. There's the man, Dr. Charles Stanley. God rest his soul. He passed away, it might be a couple years now.
Yes, that's right.
Not that long ago, but...
That's in this video. Tim is an expert on human nature because he's been a salesman his whole life. And he went to the great school of grift.
He has plenty of messages online, sermons you can listen to. And I was talking the other day about listening to Billy Graham and stuff. You know, they just don't make them.
It does affect
like
it
anymore.
on the chat
And,
GPT. I wonder what Grok says. Text me too. I asked chat GPT. It says affects gas mileage, ride, front suspension parts, and possibly view of the road. Sounds great for somebody who's got glaucoma in one eye that's not being well managed. Oh gosh, he'll buy a hitch stop, it'll be too low. Yeah, he's just gonna be, you know, wasting the money. I guess he's trying to make sure he doesn't have any for court. No, you still have things, Tim, that can be garnished. You don't understand. You're not an LLC, so I've checked that.
I want to talk a little bit this morning about positive thinking. It's related with God, and if that turns you off, then go ahead and change the channel now. But I'm making another pot of coffee. I'm all hopped up. I think it's done. Let's take a look. We got good color here. Cowboy coffee.
Yes, guys, you can blame me for Tim's, you know, increased need to find Christ at this time because he is having to feel that he's along with the good Lord. Because any good Christian knows that when you are not being a good person, the thing that you need to do is to take your burdens to Christ even further. Because that's how things get solved as an adult.
That's how I'm going now. I don't have to buy creamer. I don't have to make another step. I don't have to keep it refrigerated. Right. I got a tickly nose.
Yeah, Tim has no work in his face.
Let's try it out. You know what the color is? Black, baby, black.
I'd be curious to know if anybody can spot whether that hitch is still on the front of the truck. Because he's been gone all day since this morning. So that makes me think it might be RIP for the truck hitch.
So here's to you guys. Appreciate all of you out there watching.
We will watch all of this. Did you share my news?
That's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. I'm used to it now. I love it. It's easy. It's simple.
Oh, Miss Vicky's asking if I shared your news. Are we talking about where we think he found his church service? Or is there some more news I didn't see? Is that the one we're talking about? We're going to talk about that, I think, in another video at some point, if that's what you're referring to. Because we have potentially found, well, Miss Vicky did, and we'll do a live on it one day soon. We'll bring it up. Yes, I can share that. I don't know if we should share that. So we have, you know, Tim was talking about going to church the other day, and so maybe we'll bring it up on a video at some point because it's a little bit more. Maybe we'll go over it and try to match it to what he says so I can kind of correlate it a little bit better. So we'll do it then. But Miss Vicky potentially found the church service that Tim went to on YouTube. I mean, it's a church service, but you know, it was something from YouTube and it matches perfectly what Tim was talking about. And I think, isn't it from a church that's near him? Yeah. So yeah. We're going to take a look at that. I think I'll do that with another video, just so we can kind of look at that video along with what he was talking about. Because we kind of looked at that, but maybe he'll talk about God again. I'd be curious to know if he talks about another service and then take a look at their next one that they post up. Because maybe it's like a day delayed on posting it to the YouTube. Because they probably have people that do their like promotional stuff. But yeah, we think we found the service. And somebody else is saying today on their channel they don't think Tim went to church. If he did, he just sat in his trailer and watched the service.
That's what I wanted to do, and it doesn't taste bad. No, I have heavy whipping cream. Since I eschewed it, I have not had one drop. I'm probably gonna give it to Raphael. There's a brand new quart that I haven't opened in a half a gallon. That stuff ain't cheap either, so I ain't throwing it away. She uses it.
This is just ding. I mean, Tim, you just were talking about a $600 hitch, and now you're like talking about the dollar cost of some half and half. This is what I'm saying. Can't be out. It's just
to cook with and stuff, I suppose.
Just shows where your mind is, Tim.
8 a.m. straight up. Been up since 5:30. Went to bed a little bit late last night, so I didn't get a lot of sleep. Still look a little sleepy probably. Just did my eye drops. And I walked around outside, and it is
pretty much. That's why we think it might be it.
Cold.
I was
A high
watching
of
it
75 today with sunny skies. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm excited about it. But I want to talk to you guys about positive thinking. I've been in sales my whole life, and I've trained myself. I've read books. I've been to seminars. I have what some of you are experts in mechanical and building skills and stuff like that.
Yes,
I have what I consider
exactly.
a master's degree in.
Yeah, and I found that part too. It was funny because I guess it was Jesus, because I landed right on that part. Sorry, I know some of us, I am a Christian, but I'm just playing to Tim. I'm sorry. Sometimes even as Christians, we have to have some fun. It's just, I happened to land right in that part because it's a long service. And I was like, and it is. So yeah, we think we found the service he went to. These guys are hilarious.
Salesmanship and understanding psychology and human mind and the way people think and how you are what you think. Now, I haven't been a perfect person my whole life by thinking positive all the time. I've dwelled on negativity. I've slipped. I used to drink. I had all these things that encumbered my ability. I had distractions.
That's why I wonder how you could ever have been Southern Baptist, Tim. I promise you, my cousins don't drink. My family don't drink or Southern Baptist. They're real strict on that.
Things that will keep me from focusing on positive thinking. So while I grew up all my life listening to seminars and things like that to learn about positive thinking, reading books like Zig Ziglar and Dale Carnegie and all that kind of stuff, the reality is where I get most of my positivity is right from the Bible. Because it almost seems like that all these...
And there's nothing wrong with getting good scripture from the Bible. You know, problem is what we talk about with Tim is how he uses his religious affiliation as a shield to not receive any negative criticism.
Positive. It's like AA for Alcoholics Anonymous. They dance around the word God. They call it a higher power.
Yeah.
And when you go to sales seminars, it's really about controlling your thoughts.
Bachelor
and they don't want to use religion because everybody wants to stay away from talking about.
Yep, it's a degree in BSery. Bachelor scoundrel.
God, religion, and the Bible, because if they don't believe in it, or you're going to come there with that, or you're going to expose me and make me feel bad because of my sin. But I have to tell you,
Tim, right,
for you to live a life of happiness and joy, and in 2026, this has never been true.
Are we not tired of people trying to mask their bad behaviors with the supposed Christianity? Because Tim doesn't show, he wasn't looking very Christian when he woke up his poor neighbor to help him with his truck stuff on the bike.
Sure. The evolution of our country and technology, there is so much that goes into your mind. Take this coffee cup. If it was full of coffee, and I gave you some advice and you trusted me, or you got it from your own parents.
Tim would be misled in thinking this would be our perfect partner for a lady. He loves to shop and he talk all the time. But no, this actually, all of this would be red flag city.
Parents, or your children, or anybody.
Stop talking.
Heck, even your pastor. Okay? And your mind was like this coffee cup that was...
Oh, God, here he goes. Tim is picking up one of his little imageries, because he's trying to be like Charles Stanley. Talking about your children, Tim, we know how you were with your children. This is why he doesn't want people talking about him, but why we try to do like almost public service out here and letting people know on the internet. Really, you have to look at these folks, and we'll come with receipts on this channel about everybody. I promise you, we've got a good investigative team here. And so stay tuned for that, guys, especially if you're new to the channel. YouTube has seemingly let me finally out of algorithmic jail in some ways. And regards to Tim, I'm also changing how I kind of do the content for the live, so we don't get as many trolls and we start just getting this really fun group of people together. But Tim and his salesman and all of his talk is just interesting, because this is a classic kind of pivot too, with influencers when they are being called out for bad behaviors. They shield themselves with their Christian faith. It's really tacky in my estimation. To me, as somebody who grew up in the Church of England and has attended church and struggles with their faith on occasion, just like any good Christian does, this is just kind of Tim's use of it is really tacky. I don't know what else to call it.
Absolutely full of coffee, you would say, yeah, you're absolutely right. But guess what? It just flows off because there's nowhere for it to go. Your mind can fill up with junk. And so what do? Well, when your trash is full, what do? You know, when your grass needs cutting, what do? To allow, when the seasons drop their leaves and things like that, what happens? God automatically purifies and renews our mind. The Bible talks about we need to be a renewing of our mind. We need to change. The Bible talks about repenting. Change, folks. Change is what we need to do. And guess what, people?
Roscoe, you can sit down. I'll feed you in a minute, sweetie. I know it's 5 o'clock. You can wait.
Don't like change. Some don't want anything to do with it. Some you can't tell them anything. Some things.
Right.
But I am an open-minded person, and I do appreciate the opinion and the
open-minded. Appreciate the opinion. I think there'll be some people contesting it. Both of those things you just said there, Tim.
Ideas of others that know more than me, because I don't know very much about a lot of stuff. But some stuff I just mentioned a few minutes ago, I consider myself an expert.
Yeah, he's not a doer. I don't even know if he hears the word, to be honest.
I myself have deviated from following what I know is best for me, keeping my cup empty enough to where new information and new positive thoughts can keep flowing and things just move, not dammed up, not filled up. I've learned what I need to know. That's it for me. Nothing else can get in. Even though it makes sense to you, you're like, yeah, you're right. But you don't do anything about it because you got no room.
I know. For a man who's never owned a house nor a lawnmower, he is obsessed with mowing lawns.
You got no room and you don't want to, change. That's good coffee. I'm here to tell you 100%. And this is not the last time in my life, and this is not the only time in my life that I've had this revelation of new growth. We all have chapters. We all have, what does the Bible call it? Seasons. That's what it is. We all have different seasons in our life, all throughout our life, different ages, different relationships, different jobs.
I don't know. I'm pretty stoic and steady on most stuff, Tim. It's just my way of managing life. I'm a problem solver. That's what I like to do. I like to solve problems when they come my way. You make problems.
Jobs, different health situations, different financial situations, states you live in, houses you live in. New seasons bring about new things. Just like the seasons I talked about a moment ago, where the old leaves fall away and new comes out. But you got to allow new growth because it keeps you.
I don't know if he thinks this is what's going to help him in court because none of this is procedural. I checked the Virginia procedures for a general district court, and none of this was listed other than the swearing on the Bible poll. All of this not going to be beneficial.
It keeps you happy. It keeps you joyful. But what people do, they stop mowing your grass. They don't water their garden with new things, godly things, heavenly things, moral things, loving things. God said,
oh my God. You can tell that Tim's just been listening to all this Charles Stanley, and now he's just regurgitating all this religious stuff he's been hearing now. Oh my goodness, Tim. I mean, way to go. I mean, he doesn't put the Christ words in, but people are going to start to realize soon that any of your positive chats or anything like this, some of your Christian subscribers will be on board with this, Tim, but anybody who knows you and has seen your content or seen how you behave, this is some hypocrisy here, sir. Just hypocrisy at its finest.
In the Bible to think on these things. If there be any good in it, think on those things. But today, what do people do? They wake up, the first thing they want to do is scroll. How many likes do I have?
Yeah,
what did anybody say? What are they saying on that TV about bombs and Democrats and Republicans and and they sit there like nobody liked going to school. When I was growing up, everybody waited for the summer. You could
I don't know, Tater.
Wait for Friday, the weekend,
thanks for the
go surfing, go pick up on the chicks, go hang out with your buddies, anything but school. And so people are.
See, all Tater doesn't realize is that 3 comments in a row like that. Thank you. You just made me money from YouTube advertising. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Keep popping them in there. Don't get rid of them, guys. Let Tater type away.
Jumping into this social media and the media on TV and Facebooks and TikToks and all that, like it's a college, like they can't wait to sit in a chair and study and read and hear, fill my cup, fill my mind. That all I get is junk.
Oh yeah,
pure
he is scary.
Junk. Nothing of any value whatsoever. And we all know what it is. I won't keep beating a dead horse. It's just junk. Everything you're listening to and everything that you start participating in with it when you start to succumb to it, that's when things are really bad.
So set up to this whole scenario that Tim's about to go through, in my estimation, having listened to it, is that Tim is trying to offset any of the responsibility for any of the behaviors that he has taken throughout his YouTube channel to being through the influences of other people. And the ones that I'm thinking that he's trying to refer to potentially are JJ, Zico. I don't know if he's referring to Chris Google Maps at all in this as being one of his turncoats, but it may be in regards to people that he listened to about his channel and that didn't put his channel. So Tim is never going to take responsibility for anything, which is just, classic Tim. And he's going to, set it that he's this godly man and everybody else is the person sending. It's just like, whoa, just like this type of just, Christian rhetoric for like, I'm with God and therefore I'm absolved of all my things and everybody else is the problem. Just wild to me with Tim. He's just going to keep spiraling for a while. It's going to get worse, guys. I promise you. He feels his little safety zones because he's going to compartmentalize things and he's not going to think about the court case because he thinks it's much smaller than it's actually now become.
And that's when you need to wake up or somebody needs to shake you or God needs to come in your life.
Yeah,
and that's what
Tim is on the slab.
And this is the story. Several times in my life, I have succumbed to that kind of a living, listening and filling my mind with junk and then participating in the junk. And God says, I love you too much. You've been such an important person I've created. And I'm sad to see how you wandered from where you were.
And, Tim on the slab.
Reading on me, going to church and talking about you used to go out visiting people when you were young, to get them to come to church. You used to tithe. You used to do all.
Tithe? Tim never. The only people that Tim's house visited was when he was trying to hawk that photo book to the sailors back in the day that he told us about. And tithe? Tim, you don't like tithing. Charity? Can you imagine Tim tithing anything? Tim looking at that communion tray, wishing he could take it.
All these things. I'm unplugging this heater. I went outside earlier and I was freezing to death. I came in and turned my heater on. And God says,
oh, Tater.
I remember what you were doing.
Thank you for the money, sweetie.
And how good you were going along. And you were looking at me. You were talking to me. You were thinking on me. You were reading your Bible. And now you've wandered. So it's like a parent with a child when they start getting in trouble or wandering, especially when they're under the same roof. Like my stepfather, he didn't spare the rod. Tater. Spare the rod, spoil the child. If you wandered from his direction, then you were met with
look at what Tater has to say.
A change of habit.
Tater is obviously a misogynist, probably living in his basement. Ray is in love with Tim. Tim already rejected you. Oh, really? Oh, what receipts do you have of that? Tim saying that the women were obsessed with him. Just another mediocre white man saying this stuff. Oh, sweetie. Oh, I appreciate that because every time you comment, sweetie, it's just money in my hand. So thank you.
Quickly. He didn't let you get too far out of line. And when we become adults and we can make our own decisions, we say, I do what I want to do. I do me.
Yeah, it's dollar.
And God says, yeah, you can do you, but it's going to be it's not going to be an easy road for you. And so God all of a sudden starts allowing things in your life that you wonder why. Where's God? But you're still not calling out to him. You still keep doing what you're doing. You keep listening to what you're listening to. You keep participating in what you're doing. You keep eating what you're eating. You keep doing these bad things. And he just sits away. He's like, I got time. But you don't.
Yeah, he rejected you too.
You're like
he rejected you. He rejected Miss Vicky. He's rejected Darling. Anybody who just is a female entertaining because somebody said they're enjoying the show today. That's why we're here, to be entertained and have a good show. That's it. No. For me to be critical about a man, it's because I was in love with him. And this guy living in a trailer on government stolen money, in my opinion, is somebody that is, I feel so heartbroken that he rejected me. To me, just logically, it makes no sense. I promise you, I'm the nurse, literally, with the purse for Tim.
Tomorrow. Joe, you want to waste your life? He does care. I wasn't going to say he doesn't care. He absolutely cares.
Oh, he did?
He actually cries. It saddens him.
That's a shame.
Especially if you were walking close with him and now you're not.
It's going to help me out.
So when you feel chastising or you're wondering why things are happening in your life or Where did he go? Where did she go? Where did money go? Where did time go? Where did my health go? Where did whatever's coming in your life? Where did my job?
Yeah, he's a real catch. Yeah, where'd my job go? Tim, you're going to court, mate. Just figure it out. Be an adult. Don't go off into magical thinking land, because this doesn't actually resolve things, okay? I can tell you, as a registered nurse who's had to see people use a lot of magical thinking, and that's fine. A lot of faith involved in healing too, because that is important. But sometimes, there has to be that moment when clarity comes in with adult decision making, along with a strong faith. But you are just in magical thinking land, and that's not going to resolve anything. That's the difference, You go to your faith so that you have lessons in order to be able to manage really difficult problems in front of you. God isn't your get out of jail free card, and he isn't like the absolver of all of your actions. You are supposed to have some responsibility in what you yourself do, sir. He needs to go to court to learn how to be an adult.
Then you start humbling, because he says he will exalt the humble and humble those prideful people. He'll take you down to your knees.
Tater loves
not because he's being cruel or punishing you, is he wants you. He wants you to stop wanting and thinking on and doing things that you're doing. The junk. Because the world is evil. The world is junk. The world has nothing for you. Money, fame, fortune, fancy homes, cars. He can bless you with those things if you first seek him. There's nothing wrong with those things. But when they become your God and your only way of thinking, or you covet people that do have that, and you act out against them, as many stories in the Bible talk about.
Okay, Tim.
Then you're going to find your life is unhappy. So how do you get to happiness?
Okay, Tim, tell us. How do we get to happiness? Come on, Tim, tell us. He's always got the answer. Too many carbs. Yeah, Tim don't do taters. Too many carbs. Yeah, taters are off the list for Tim. That's what he says. He's never had a career. I know. This is why it's so fascinating to hear Tim talk about children, mowing lawns, and careers. Yeah, we eat taters too. Oh, I do like a tater tot.
I don't know why I keep forgetting a few seasons of my life that this has happened, but I always come back to realizing, here we go again. You finally hit rock bottom. That's what they say. Yeah, don't enable people that don't want to work, they don't want to quit drugs, drinking, whatever they're doing bad. Don't enable them. Let them hit bottom. Until they hit bottom and cry out, until they're in the foxhole and the bullets are flying over their head, until the doctor tells them they got it.
Actually, that's so funny, because I had taters for lunch. Little tiny taters. I love some new taters.
They won't cry out. But when they finally cry out, that's when he comes and says, finally, my child, and lifts you up and puts on a robe around you,
like your
puts you under his wing, and cleans you up and shakes you off. And all of a sudden.
Thank you, Tater. We're going to have fun making tater jokes now. Because that's what adults do, Tater. They like pasted the comment and it's 15 times the same thing. I could put a delay on there, but why stop the algorithm? Advertisers love it when he puts like 15 comments like that. They just think the chat going off the hook. Helps me with my channel, so I don't complain.
You see opportunities, you start feeling good, you start thinking good, you recognize something in your mind magical, some feeling of some spiritual thing.
I don't know, Tater. Maybe you need to watch one of Tim's videos about positivity and you'll figure it out. That's why we're all here.
That it's like, hey, I like this. And it's not even going on a cruise. It's not going to win the lottery. It's not anything like that. It's bringing you this fake happiness. It's like temporal. It's this alive feeling. That's the word. That you feel alive. And you start seeing. He makes it where you actually can see and sense that this is from God. This is him gifting you, working in your life, bringing positivity into your mind, showing you and lifting you.
Didn't feel that way when the process server came up to him on February the 21st. He wasn't happy about that at all. You're forgetting about that, Tim, because the time is kind of ticked past. But it's not stopped, Tim.
You up putting your shoulders back and your chin high, and you feel proud to go out like I'm doing right now in this video and spread the word and not hang your head when you say it. You are what he commanded us to do, to go out into the world and to spread the gospel, to share the good news. And by doing that and seeking him and sharing it with other people, the load of gifts, the load of happiness, whether it be material or not, the feeling that he keeps in your heart and in your mind that distracts you from all the things that bring you down and cause you anxiousness and worry starts to change in your mind. You're like, man, this is what I've been waiting for. This is life. I feel alive. I hope this never ends. What am I going to do? I'm afraid I don't want to lose it. And you can, if you take it for granted. If you're not smart enough as an adult to realize that the change.
I will just let them blow up the algorithm for a second, and I'm sure one of the moderators will take care of him, David. If you get too irritated, we'll take care of him for you, David. You know I'll do that for you.
Change you're going on is because you hit bottom. You asked Almighty God, who's the only one who can truly help you, with all your situations that you kept thinking were too big for him. They were too surmountable for him to even think about putting it on him with your issues you've got. But he couldn't do it, which is dumb. Then when you realize that there's nothing you have to really deal with yourself. And the moment that some thoughts come on, and things will start coming against you because you'll notice them more because you got nothing but good feelings. And when you see a little negativity coming, you let it bounce off like water off a duck's back. If you just have trained yourself like you trained.
See, that's not wise, I think. That sort of, to my mentality as somebody who obviously did study a lot of psychiatry, having somebody just always have this toxic, what I would describe, and it's a term I've heard, toxic positivity, that Tim has some things that he really needs to face. He does have a substantial civil court case coming up in the Commonwealth very soon, next month. And the original court case that he saw is not going to be the court case that we are heading into. So I have sent to him all the updated information. And so now it's going to be behooved onto him, but I do need to do some changes just to make sure he really does see it. And so just to make sure that he gets informed, and I'll do that when the time comes to do it within the procedural amounts of time needed. And so, yeah, I think that just having no regard, sometimes you do have to face the difficult parts of your life. And I just wonder, I don't think this is Tim bluff. I think this is the way that Tim operates when things get tough for him. And I think it's not. And then I think he really did assume that illegal piece of paper he sent me really wasn't a legal document at all. The only opposite to legal is illegal. I think he thought that was going to be something that would scare me away or make me drop the case, or, but none of it followed procedure. So it's just another sign that he's pretty incompetent when it really comes to managing very difficult parts of his life. He can blast $600 on a grill front, whatever. But when it comes to the really serious matters in his life, I think Tim tends to shirk away.
Train yourself to be negative. You're an expert at negativity. You're a pro, man. People are pros at it. I mean, some people are really good at it, But when you become a pro at positive thinking and dwelling on the things above, and you can see, hey, wait a minute, that's a magic trick. I know how that card trick's done.
I mean, I know Tim and I are both by the beach, but I'll take my condo, oceanfront Virginia Beach, then Tim's trailer, supposedly in the neighborhood he describes in Bradenton. I'll just stay where I'm at.
I know how that rabbit comes out of the hat. You can't fool me.
Trailer, you're right.
I'm not going to entertain that idea. That's just negativity. That's somebody trying to steal my joy. No. I just released that to you, Lord. Jesus, take that from me. You deal with that. You deal with them. You deal with this situation.
Oh, David.
You don't just ignore things and you have to work within it. Maybe God needs you to be involved, but you don't have to.
David, I took them away because I'd rather have you have fun in the chat, David, than deal with Tater. So bye, Tater.
Brett. And you want to see your life change, folks? I'm not going to make this video go too long. It's just something I wanted to share because I'm naturally an up person. I'm an extrovert. I love talking to people. And by allowing myself to succumb to certain things and people, multiple people, there's nobody in particular I'm talking about here.
Succumb to multiple people. Nobody I'm specifically talking about here. And now he's going to refer to over the last couple of years. And this is why Tim's videos, you have to get this far in. you know, to the react. 18 minutes in to hear the real juice and the meat of him throwing everybody under the bus and absolving himself of anything ever. It's wild. All right, Tim, keep going because we got a long live stream going here. We need to finish it up because people got lives.
There's been a slew in the last year or two of my life that, like a chisel, come in, chip away, root in, kind of get in there and, you know, let me tell you how to do things. Listen to me. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I went from listening to God and reading my Bible and praying and doing what I should do. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to sacrifice my life.
Classic Tim. I'm wrapping up the video now. It goes on for another 10 minutes. Yep. Classic Tim. What I'm doing, me. Well, you, Tim, are going to court with me.
Because these people are new in my life or not so new, and I want to make them happy. So I'm going to, you know, stop my growth to help them.
Yeah.
And in reality, they never had your best interest in mind.
Yes, he does. And then I get to show the judge how he has disrespected the courtroom, their procedures with that piece of paper he sent me. Because you're not to do that. It's bad. And Virginia, what he did, sending that motion to dismiss, was not very smart. Gold mine for me. Not very smart for Tim.
They were sleeper cells. Or maybe they didn't start out to be that way, but they quickly, when you found them out, became like wolves in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about. They will come to you as wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah, wearing a big mask. So I'll finish the video by saying this. Do not trust anybody. Do not believe anybody. You're like, wow, that's deep. Well,
no, it's not deep at all, Tim. These are all issues stemming from who you are at the end of the day, Tim. And I think just as you're getting older, people are seeing you for who you are and exposing you for it. You were able to stay probably pretty dark before. Whoa, so now he's just trying to literally say that anybody who got to know him through his time in YouTube were not really his friends. And I do wonder why some of the older people, I just guess they've tolerated Tim for years. So they have no skin in the game necessarily, really. You know, except a couple of dinners or, you know, so there's no real skin in the game having Tim in their lives.
Fortunately, I've seen it. I have seen it. And there's only one. There's only one. You already know who it is. There's only one that you confide in, you talk to, you pray to, you ask for advice. If you find someone that you know is a solid, a blood relative, or maybe it's a really, really good friend that you know, not some acquaintance that you think is a friend, and you want to listen to them and they have your best interest at heart, then, you know, and you can listen to anybody if you want to, but just don't listen and keep listening to them telling you the same thing that seems subtle and you start to believe it. Just like people are doing with that TV right there, or things on the TV, or social media on your phone. They go in, it smells good, it looks good, it's subtle. Hey, you know, everybody's doing it or what.
Tim, one of the biggest oldest grifters on YouTube as an influencer, creator, whatever. I mean, literally has built a persona based around his, well, I have the receipts, obviously, of a $58,400 EIDL business loan that we're trying to figure out how he could get that much money with no apparent business in operation any longer. And all he did was buy his toys and trucks and stuff and then purport himself to be some well-heeled retiree, none of which he was. And I think it's shameful of him to try to then say that everybody else is the problem that he met. You lied to people about who you were on your videos, Tim. And when they got to know you, they realized you're just a piece of
whatever. And you succumb and you deviate, you pivot from what you know is a solid, the Almighty Father in heaven, and this thing, the Holy Canon. This is where life's instruction book is. Psalms, Proverbs, the Gospels, all throughout, nothing but truth. Not one lie in here. All truth, all written by men, inspired by God. And You can get things like the devotional and stuff that has scripture to back up and keeps you thinking every day. But really, nothing beats reading your Bible every day.
Tim promised to pay JJ for making that video thing at the front of his videos, and he didn't pay him. He said he was going to give him. Tim's got plenty of money from his YouTube channel, and he could not even if he thinks JJ has money, whatever, it's the courtesy. Okay? Because JJ took his time to try to help you when you were panicking around about your numbers falling at the start of last year. Struggles you're having worse now of. And all of your own making. Because YouTube does track those copyright strikes that you issue to other channels. And they track the fact that when people counter notify that you and you don't follow up with the legal action required, you are a bad faith actor, Tim. And they start to see these patterns. And it's going to put you down in the hole no matter what you try to do with your channel. Because the YouTube system does not want to promote somebody like you. Because you're toxic to other creators on this platform. And you should have paid JJ, who's also a creator, for the work that he did for your channel, as you promised you would. And you couldn't even do that. Barely could take somebody out for a meal. You're one of the cheapest SOBs I know. Give me a like in the chat for that, guys, just to show that you're not cheap, if you haven't had a chance to do so yet. Or give me some ones in the chat. There we go. Ones in the chat if you're on board with, Tim, look at you got, he stood there with his holy Bible up in his hand. Please. Look at just this, and my goodness.
You can even have your phone read it to you. Why wake up and start scrolling Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, or Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC when you could be scrolling here? So when you do the other, you wake up, your mind is a little bit freed, you went to sleep, you had a good rest, you went, come out here, have coffee, you pick up your phone, you turn on that nasty news or something, and you start listening, and they come on there with a gleam in their eye, like the song says, and just start filling your mind with junk. Meanwhile, your Bible sits over there collecting dust. You never hit your knees when you got out of bed. You never thank God for waking you up. You never asked him to protect you and give you a shield today and cover you in his wings and have his angels guard you and your mind.
Appreciate
from what you could face out there today, the unknown.
Appreciate all the likes, because obviously I kicked off at a slightly different time today, and I'm not putting Sarasota Tim in the title. Because even though we're talking about Tim, we don't have to take it from that approach. Why give him free advertising?
To people in traffic.
We'll grow the other channel.
Whatever, for protection. No, you just wake up, a lot of people, and you just dive into the cesspool. You don't even take a shower. You just dive in, get all freshly coated with some more stank. You fill your mind with some more junk. You got so much junk in your coffee cup that even the junk you're getting just flows out. It's just replenishing. It's just
all the junk, all the people that were kind and helpful towards you and let you stay in their homes, under their hospitality, on their electricity. Yeah, the people who, did nice things for you, Tim. You don't understand, Tim. What you haven't realized is you are the junk, sir, in my opinion. That's the problem that you haven't quite worked out. And that is, to me, character because of how you treated me as a creator when I do things under fair use. I promise you, the little bit of videos we watch, I have way more commentary in here, sir.
Spilling out
this
junk.
Is how to
There's nothing in your coffee that's any good.
How to upset
it's not half empty like this.
How to be the victim. This is how to be the victim, always. And anyone who has anything to do with psychiatry and studies narcissism knows this is how to be a victim. Tim is victim. I mean, he was like, and then not appreciative of his neighbor's assistance at all. He's a victim at all times. I mean, his lack of appreciation for the neighbor even coming out to make sure he didn't have an accident, never there. It astounds me. I don't know. I don't like it when somebody is that way. And maybe that's why Tim grates on me. Tim grates on me because he hit my channel 9 times illegally, and I have a right to take him to court.
So you want to change your life? You change your thinking, because thoughts become actions. Actions become habits. Habits become character. and your character is your destiny.
Oh, yeah.
And if you end up basically...
Oh, and that's saying something, I tell you, because I got some juicy on that.
At my age, and I see you and I meet you, I can tell you how you think. I can tell you, especially some people that are obvious of what they've been thinking about for years, how they act. And then you also know them by their fruit, right? The Bible talks about you'll know them by their fruit. You meet someone that's lovely, that's kind, that's generous, that's soft-spoken, that's just, you feel it. You see their fruit. It's hanging off of them. They're full of love. They're full of nothing but your best interest.
Looking for a new mark, hey? Tim, this is just wild. This whole video was wild today.
Full of kindness. They're full of offering to help you and chat with you and everything. They're good God's people. And that's why I've enjoyed going to church last week and will continue because,
we look forward to your church visits, Tim. You're such a liar. Yeah, we know which church you visited, Tim. The church of YouTube.
How's everybody going to act in the church? Okay. Not everybody's, they're human beings. They have their bad days, but they're going to church. They're keeping their mind fresh. They're reading their Bible. They're hearing messages every week.
Yes.
Even when I didn't go to church.
We had so many people treat him like just so well. It astounds me how he just talks like so terribly about people. Because there were so many people who were lovely to him. And he is just such a miserable SOB. Because he's probably not got anybody willing to help him for free on the stuff with the court. And he needs help. I promise you, he needs to get some help beyond just his daughter.
Before I went, and God moved me the Holy Spirit told me I need to go back again. I'm listening to people like Charles Stanley and Billy Graham and others on the internet, audio archives, videos, even now with these AI things that are pretty amazing, actually. They take all these scriptures from the Bible and just throw it at you. And I basically took my mind and emptied it and prayed that God would take all these negative thoughts from me and this life.
No, but he trusts Charles Stanley and the preachers he listens to, just not the other white guys. Because Tim's probably Christian nationalist.
Life that was sort of like going nowhere with my health and trying to, do this diet and travel and find happiness and loneliness and fight different things. And
oh no, Tim living life out here, guys. Don't you want to be here for his drama? How to just be a drama. Tim, take responsibility for your actions one day. I think that's what God would want you to do. Not run away from them and blame other people, which seems to be your default.
Demons and stuff. And I was thinking, man, I mean, things got turned around like they've done in other seasons of my life. When I had divorces, when I did this and that, it's just been different. When I used to drink and I went through.
No, it's a religious figure. Charles Stanley, I think. It's Tim is trying to watch these people so that he can start to probably mimic how they talk and act so he can come out and regurgitate it on his YouTube channel inside his. I don't see is that the front of the truck? Oh, we need to move his hand. I don't think we see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh, yeah. He said he could take the trailer hitch off when he wasn't using it. Sorry.
Another period.
The trailer hitch off. The trailer hitch isn't on the front of the truck. But I think he said he can remove that front piece, correct? That was part of the reason why. Yeah, that thing's going to be gone forever now, guys. Look at that. No more trailer hitch. Let me just hide the comments for just a second. Trailer hitch is gone. Yeah, he is kind of a Christian nationalist. Yeah. Yeah, trailer hitch. Rest in peace. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Tim wants to fleece a new set of, because this is the pivot. Okay, because if when I come out from the court case, whatever happens, hopefully it's going to be results in my favor, just because, as I've always said, Virginia is very procedurally heavy. If you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's and ensuring everything is done in accordance to what the paperwork is, pretty much, then the other person coming in and not following those procedures is not going to be taken very seriously by the court. And the courts will move to give the judgment to the other person if you have everything correct and you have the evidence to show that you are the person to be satisfied in this court case. And if Tim is not taking it seriously and not really putting his defense together, he is going to have a very hard time in court. I'm just saying. And it's like he really needs to take things seriously, but I can't give him legal advice. I am my own counsel.
And now I'm back on my feet again. And I'm trying, and I'm not there yet. I'm trying to, I am there. Really.
Oh, I know.
I'm headstrong, and I am strong-minded. When I put my mind to something, that's what I do.
Does. He disrespects
and so now,
the court.
I don't have time. I know a subscriber of mine that
Tim is very disrespectful of the court, and you have to be very respectful for the court. Even when you're walking in and filing your warrants and debt and doing all of your paperwork, you are having to mind how your behaviors are in that courthouse. It is very important. And so Tim, having sent me that paper, that's a disrespect to the court. And that does not bode well in Virginia or any courts, but in Virginia especially, it's bad. I don't think they're going to care that he watching Charles Stanley inside his Bradenton slab.
Tells me all the time, I don't do negativity. If it's negative, I don't have anything to do with it. I get away from it. I don't watch it. I turn it away. I get away from them.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's what you have to do. You see something, you hear something, you move away from it. Quit filling your mind with junk, folks. Start filling your mind with
I take no negativity. That is a recipe for you not facing things that you need to face. I'm somebody who's very much a realist, I'm not a half cup full and I'm not a half cup, empty. It's just half a cup, very much a realist. And so Tim with his, just don't, it's just such an escape from him. And it's just curious. I don't know if this is his tactic to try to respond to what he's about to have happen, because he can't really escape like he used to, because he's not as young, and he's got the RV and the truck and stuff, and it's obviously just not as easy for him to peel out of town like he used to. Now he can choose not to show up in court, but that's not going to work in his favor either.
Good things. And if we all do that, just imagine the world we have. There's so much negativity and thoughts about what people want to do and change and do to others and stuff. It's just like it's dangerous. So pray for other people, pray for our country, pray for your family, pray for yourself, that God can change you.
Well, we know you're praying for yourself all the time, Tim, because you are the most important person in your life.
Just somebody that crushes it.
Oh yeah. Okay, Tim. All right, guys, let's see what the poll did. Oh my goodness, 130 votes. That's awesome for 3:00 on a Thursday. So yeah, I appreciate that. All right, let's end that poll real fast. 130 votes. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So what's the first thing that starts hurting after a day of loading and riding? At 72%, the lower back, the classic, of course. At 15%, I follow the RN advice. I'm fine. I love that for me. Forearm, arm pump, and knees, legs. Yeah, I definitely get the knees and I get the back. Sometimes my knees are actually one of my worst ones, and that might just be from the years of running and the years of pounding those floors. Oh yeah, he is very much Mr. Positivity. He's very positive. He is, like I said, I'm so sorry, guys, if Tim keeps going down this religious rabbit hole that he's on, because of the fact that let me put you guys back up on here. To do with the fact that obviously he'd go into court and he needs to be, he's got to get in the right mindset and get rid of all that negativity. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. If you haven't had a chance, hit the likes on the way out. Be kind to your neighbors if they work night shifts. It's really hard. It's hard on the body. If you are going to load a motorbike on the front of your truck, could you use more safety mechanisms, potentially better body mechanics, and just maybe not load a dirt bike on the front of the truck when you have glaucoma, and it sounded like you were having some cardiac issues. That shortness of breath that I heard from Tim often People think it comes from a respiratory issue, but having been a cardiac RN for many years, I know that shortness of breath, that often can come from a heart not working effectively. And so, as we know, Tim likes to eschew his doctor's advice and eschew his cholesterol medications. And I just think that's not a wise plan. But, I'm not Tim's provider. I'm just a registered nurse here on the internet. I appreciate you all for being with me here today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Look out for the next live. I think I'm going to do a members only tomorrow evening rather than a public one. We'll see what we talk about, because the thing I was going to do in the members only, I'm probably going to do that as a public video now. But I'm going to be blurring some stuff out. I'm working with probably my editor on that so we can do it proper and professional and see if we can catch some YouTube viral videos. Hey. Oh, you enjoyed the live? Well, thank you. I'm so glad you guys joined me. And I appreciate all of you who double watch me. That just helps me in the algorithm, and I really appreciate it as we, because I am so appreciative for everybody who has stayed. I say this all the time, but it's true, because obviously I've had times where I've had to have gaps because of grad school, work, just life in some ways. But I love doing what I do here on this channel. And I'm just excited to come back doing, next time maybe we look at our friend Off-Grid Mikey. I know some people enjoy looking at him too. Like I said, I'm looking for some things. There was a guy who did some funny stuff with fashion. And I'm probably going to see if I can share that video. Obviously, credit to the creator on that. Just because it was such a good laugh. It's really funny. And if you haven't caught it yet, oh my gosh, when I watch it, it's like I literally I would have to put my mic off because my laughing would be so bad. It is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. This guy does he shows like some wild like student fashion show or some high-end couture fashion with just the wildest fashion you have ever seen. And obviously fashion is art and there's all subjective to it, but obviously it's not really like high street clothes. But it was funny because this person parodies the fashion with stuff from his house and stuff. It's absolutely hilarious and it's dead on, and they do the poses and everything. And the dog is there and the dog is hilarious. It's the funniest thing. And I will share it one day with you to give you guys a good laugh. But yeah, we're working on Double Watcher. I appreciate it. You like the early start? Well, I'm curious to see, because I know sometimes in the night times, certain nights, if I'm talking about a big hot topic, like obviously the court case, we're going to get a lot of viewers at night. So obviously that works for me too. Because obviously we want to, get that viewership in and eyeballs on the court case because it's fun. And then obviously in the daytime too, I know. So I don't know if it's just that people don't know we're here in the day, a lot of people obviously work too. So I might do a combo of the two, do some earlier in the day and then do some in the evenings too. Maybe evenings at the weekends because people do stuff in the daytime. So like Fridays and Saturdays in the days, a lot of times people are busy sometimes, but maybe they're home in the evenings now because we're getting older. We don't go out like that. You can do any time of day as far as you're concerned. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe we just do a mix, but I want to try to keep to some type of schedule so you guys know when I'm coming, because I've been so random. So that's one of my goals for this year. Tim's is, Christian positivity. Mine is just like trying to be a better host to my YouTube channel. Timothy says, grew up in Virginia. All I can say is Nova is a completely different scene than Southern Virginia. Oh, absolutely. Yes, it is. I'm definitely here but Virginia Beach is at the oceanfront is very different from other parts of Virginia too. And it's changing because we've had a lot of investor money at the oceanfront. So they are changing what used to be kind of a dirty, gritty beach town. I'm not ashamed to say it, is being sleeked up to be an all-round year destination. So they are building a lot of stuff and investing a lot of money here at the oceanfront. It's becoming very expensive to live here at the Virginia Beach oceanfront. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit. You like the earlier times? Well, I'm glad that you have the replays. Well, you're so good. You can do well. I appreciate you being all prepared to do both. I just want to make sure it's all fun for all of us at all times. So that's why, I decide, because sometimes people just going to do the replays later on. But I know people like the interactive and the big audiences too. And so sometimes the nighttime ones get that. So maybe a Friday Night Live. Yeah, PM. I know you're in the Southern Hemisphere. I never know if it's a good or bad time for you, Catherine. I'm so sorry. But we'll figure it out. All right, guys. Well, let me not let you take any longer. My dogs are going to want their dinner now. I cannot believe it's so nice that it's 5:45 in the afternoon. It's still light outside. That's one of the things I like about the time going forward. I appreciate you all. I know I'm doing like the little kids love heart. I just love that. They look so cute when they do that. All right. Glad you own a piece of it, right? Yeah, a little piece. Well, kind of. Well, it's hard when you're up in a condo because you don't really own like the land per se. But I'm glad I have a little piece up here in the air. Here at the beach, it is nice because I'm obviously very close to the ocean front, and the dogs, with the weather getting nice. I can't wait to be back on the boardwalk with the dogs taking walks again because we haven't done that in a while with the weather being really bad. So because it gets so windy, obviously it's not very pleasant along the boardwalk. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's nice. Yeah, have a great night, everyone. Yeah, well, the equity is the biggest thing, girl. You know it. All right, guys. Like I said, hit the likes on the way out, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Life and Vibe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.